There we go. Hello! Hey, Sean. Oh. I'm now a fully illustrated boy and not a pixel boy.
Hello, Maru. Hope your computer get ready and outcast. You know. You gotta do what you gotta do. It's fine.
I realize I probably shouldn't. Oh.
I am crying because of water physics.
Yeah, they're pretty bad. Wow, look at that model. Thank you.
Oh yeah. Hey, go watch Enfield's. He's got a new model.
I finished it, like...
It's finally not pixel art anymore. You unlock everything yet? Yeah. I unlocked everything before I went to the US.
That is true. You started actually starting over to try and unlock everything again.
Yeah, but then I gave up. I couldn't be arsed. I wanted to do other things than play Ring Racer while in the US.
I just realized why my audio feels like it's so loud and the audio is wrong. It's because I forgot to turn off Spotify, so I'm hearing double the music.
Oh.
I don't think Stream can hear the double music, so it should be fine. I like how I downloaded this game and have yet to boot it up. Damn, you could be playing with us right now, Sean, if you download it. Think of the possibilities.
I think my controller lose. Oh, it's this game. Okay. This gamepad keeps losing contact and it's annoying, and I have to figure out what the fuck is broken with it. Also, I started EX mode on Void Stranger, and I've been having to look up the guide for the solutions more than often. Like almost every other puzzle. I'm on a streak currently. I've solved 3 puzzles without having to look up the guide, which is nice. I would like to keep it that way. Oh my god. That's a good one. Oh, they're so loud. Let me make the shitpost less loud, sorry. God damn it! Wasn't enough. Okay.
Oh, that doesn't work.
What did you try to do?
I tried to, like, because I got the starting boost, I thought I'd be going fast enough I could just take the shortcut, and then it just bounced me back.
It kind of depends.
Yeah.
So the rules for those kind of stuff, I guess you didn't have enough speed because you do lose it quite quickly, but
yeah.
So all the boosts you can take off the starting boost, they rely on the leniency. So basically,
more players.
No.
Is it that like the number of players? Oh.
No. So the way Tripwire works, if it checks if you're boosting, that's why you have like the little thing, the white like circle or whatever you have around you. There is, however, also a leniency check. If you're going fast enough, you always go through. And the leniency is different depending if the tripwire is off-road or on the road.
Oh.
So
because it was on road, it would be way higher.
No, it's the opposite. On road is 200% and off. So do you have like your speed in like percentage?
Yeah.
Okay, so 200% is leniency for not off-road tripwire, and 300% is for off-road tripwire.
Oh.
But as I said, you do lose that speed quite quickly. So.
Yeah. I should have been spamming coins or something, and I would have made her. Well, maybe not. Every time.
How? I just shoot it behind me.
I don't know. It just gets me every time, and I'm going too slow to pick up more coins. Ugh. How embarrassing.
Yeah, I missed every single booster.
Damn.
I love the music of the new opulence.
Yeah, it's really good.
Ah!
Whoa. Going too fast. Going too fast. And not the right way.
Damn it. Come on.
No ways, well.
Come on.
Oh. Let's see. What was
Hey,
that?
no.
Look at Enfield and his Vocaloid looking getup.
Your new model looks so good.
Yeah. Thank
I
you.
keep questioning why you don't do that for like commissions.
Well, I did try opening commissions to see how it goes, see if I would expand, and then I got like no commissions lower than Sean. Thank you again, Sean. So it's like I just don't have an audience to really try and get commissions from.
I don't know. Try to put stuff in your like portfolio and try like. Have you added it to Region as an option thing?
Not the live 2D stuff because I wanted to see how like regular commissions would go. Because like live 2D feels like it would be intense to like make all that work when I don't really have any experience with just doing a drawing as a commission.
Hmm.
So, you know, I thought, like, build up, like, when I get more confident, then start doing the intense stuff.
So I actually went looking on VGen for commission stuff, people to commission, because I want a new logo.
Yeah.
Though I don't think I will actually commission one because it, you know, there's like some stuff where like I know I would be better off commissioning it, but also it's such a personal thing that I don't want to be an asshole to whoever I commission. Cause like for art, like if I need a drawing of my character for like a screen, I don't give a shit that much. Like I don't know if people like it when I do, but when I commission a lot of people, I just say like do whatever you want, and I usually don't give a shit. Like
I think it depends on the artist, but I think most artists actually kind of appreciate that.
I like when I commission art, I want to see what that person wants to do, you know?
Yeah.
So usually, unless there's something that really like bothers me, I don't actually erase anything. For a logo though, the logo is like my face. I'm not comfortable. And I don't want to be like, I don't have the sort of money to actually get like the sort of commission where you're like, hey, I just want to buy some of your time. I will pay hourly and stuff, and we can just make something that I like.
Yeah.
So
let me catch up on my chat real quick, because God, I haven't seen it active like this in a while.
Yeah. On my stream, just fishing for those shitposts.
As you do.
I'm so sad that I don't track who got the most lucky shitpost. It's not a metric that I have. I should maybe start adding.
It's so hard to read and race. I mean, if you got the money, if I had the money, I'd commission you. Enfield do look pretty Miku Jason. Advertise more. Go crazy. Bro, I would, but I just spent $4 or $5 on movie tickets. You gotta go to the people, not the people come to you. I think it's like, I think there's that nerve about going to people and being like, hey, would you be interested in commissioning me? Because in this day and age, you get so many like spam messages from strangers being like, hey, commission me, and like they're mostly scams. So I'm like, if anyone, like, I'm looking at it from my perspective. If someone asked me, would you commission me, I'd tell them the fuck up. Because I don't trust them if they come to me. Because that's what all the scammers do. It's like,
yeah, no.
I mean, I could hook you up with an artist I know for drawings. For everything. Best part about being a massive loser is that I know people worth their salt. My coochie in bio? What, cat? What?
Spammer, I guess.
No, Cass said that.
Yeah, no.
Oh, in terms of what like spammers would say. Okay, that makes more sense. Wait, no, Marble Garden isn't the map I thought it was it? Or is it? I can't remember. I'll find out when we play. Yeah, spam bot shit, yeah. Like,
right.
the way to, like, do it, I guess, is just to get my art out there more, which means I need to draw more, but then I haven't drawn in a while, like, outside of, like, the live 2D
Damn
model,
it.
because the live 2D model
I was
takes
too
so much
slow.
time. Because I have a few drawings I need to do. There's, like, I have a half-bodied chibi I want to draw. Actually, two. I'm gonna need a new PNG for myself now that I think about it.
Would you? I haven't drawn a new PNG. Actually, while I was in the US, I was trying to draw one of those like PNG Tuber Plus characters, and I haven't finished. Yeah, but I haven't finished, and now I have no reason to do it because I have my model. So.
Well, like, keep in mind, you're on the, like, Sentai stream with a PNG, so it's like, it happens sometimes.
That doesn't do the PNG Tuber Plus thingy.
Oh, that is true. But, like, what was I gonna say? Well, like, a regular PNG tuber, it's like, I stream with people from Chasm, like, often enough, and then we tend to usually just use PNGs on each other when we have each other on, so.
Yeah, but I like my current PNG model.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying, like, I need to update mine because I updated my model.
Okay, that's fair.
God, I have so many PNGs I have to make. Now that I think about it, I think it's 6. There's like 6 I need to make, and I'm like, oh god, how did I end up like this? Pardon?
And a kart racer.
And a car, well, and 2 kart racers. Wait, what the? Where am I meant to go? I went down the dead end, or no, that's a dead end. I went down the shortcut, and it's a dead end. Oh, I just went to go left, and I shot to the right for some reason. Wait, no, wait, what? I'm confused. Oh, I didn't make it in, I got shot back, and oh, god. I'm so far behind now because of that mistake.
Yeah, I still have like 1 lap and a half.
Yeah, it's just, oh god. I was just staring at a wall being like, why haven't I going anywhere? AO Marble Guard, this map sucks. P-Tuber, what?
The German shitpost.
Oh, okay. That sounds about right.
I hate that everyone I show that thing to doesn't get it. I'm like, it's so funny.
What, the original, like, Germa meme thing? Or...
the Germa trick.
I have not watched Germa in so long, and apparently, like, retired or something?
The shitpost is, it's a gag I did once that was been, like, made into, like, a Helvetica standard from, I forgot the name of the anime, I don't like it. But yeah, it goes like, hey, look, Charlie, here's a magic trick. He picks up the router, he detaches the cable, and when he comes back online, he's not there anymore. He did like the disappearing trick.
Beautiful.
It's so funny.
Jaro was always, like, great. I, like, watched him so much during, like, the TF2 era. Before he got, like, super big. Because he did a joke on, what was it called? You know those, like, box things, like Geek Box or whatever? Like, they'd send you, like, a box every month with a bunch of, like, nerd stuff in it. So he did a he did like a parody of it, and it was just like he opened the box and he just threw, and then a bunch of blood shot out into his face. It's like, oh my god, it's just blood. Why is there blood in the box? I need to get back into drawing practice. The whole I need more crate shtick with Star. Yeah, it's, oh man, the German Star TF2 era was so good. I'm glad they started, like, making content again together. Like, I remember they had, like, a reunion or something on stream.
I hate to say that my intro to Germa was, like, how much of a sensation it was originally at times. Like I would start playing Forza Horizon and look at like the skin from other people, and one of them was a German skin. Like what the fuck?
Oh,
I
God.
would play Space Station, and the rats have the fucking rats. Where're the rats? Like,
Oh, God.
it's like very much like a Neil Cicierega thing, where like a lot of German influences, like just other people doing references.
Because
To me, for a
like
long
they were
time, it
just
was
so good jokes that like people would just like recite them or like, you know,
Yeah.
make them to other people. So he kind of like he just spread because he was just genuinely very funny.
Like for me, for a long time, German was just this being that made a bunch of memes at one point, and now people are just doing that. It's like almost a runner, you know?
Yeah. My first intro to the Germa was Star's video, Germa is Mad. Though the Germa is Mad series is an absolute classic.
I think the first time I actually saw him was during the dollhouse. The dollhouse was so fucking cool.
Oh. I didn't actually end up watching the Hall House, but I heard it was like extremely good. It's just
I watched
like
it live, a bunch of it, and then I watched like the highlights later.
Enfield does kind of have Germa vibes. Do I?
Does he?
I
I don't think so. You're too sensible.
Yeah, I was honestly thinking the same thing. I've never once like. I think the closest I'd get is if I recited like Germa bits, like coffee, Cheetos, chicken. Absolute classic. I mostly think of the song that someone edited together of that audio and how like it sounded like really good. Ooh. Coffee, Cheetos, chicken. Oh god.
Ow.
Look at all the booty.
Oh yeah, I was saying, I got a lot of like logos from the VGen stuff that I put into like a doc for like, what do I want in my logo? And I found this one dude who just has like, you know, $80 and you can get like a logo for like VTubers, because of course that's VGen.
Yeah.
I was like, oh cool, this guy's just a website, let's look at his website. And the first thing the website says, do you have at least 18 years old? Like, are you at least 18? I'm like,
oh.
So no, the problem is not that he asked us anything. It's like, I didn't give a shit, but like, why is he asking me that? So it turns out that outside of VGen, he also does logos for a bit more expensive. And it does all sorts of logos. It does like game studio logos. It does game logos. He did the logo for SideQuest, the quest side loading app. It did the logo for OpenBrush, which is the open source continuation of Tiltebrush from Google. And then the rest of his portfolio are anti-games.
Okay, I was thinking it's like oh, is it just that it was just that professional that it like he asked for the age? And it's like oh no, it's what my brain immediately went to.
Logos have like, so it didn't do just the logos. He also did some of the UI and stuff for some of the games.
Oh.
Like the guy is good. Like those logos are nice.
Yeah.
But then you read the title, it's like confused and horny. I'm like, man, what a shame.
Hey, I mean, if you get paid and you theoretically enjoy doing it.
If there's someone I would like commission, it's probably that guy.
I mean, yeah, like $80 for basically like industry professional. That seems pretty good. You probably just don't get much say.
$80 for just streaming, and if you want to do merch as well, you have to pay 300 more.
Oh, that makes more sense.
I'm still like okay with me. Like if it's like a logo to handle logos.
I mean, if I got to the stage I was like selling merch, I'd probably be more than willing with that. Yeah. Though at the same time, I'm the type of person where I'd probably just attempt to make my own logo, and it kind of be kind of
I
shit.
think I will
But
still try to make my own logo.
yeah.
Mostly because I don't.
Oh
I don't
boy,
trust
sock
myself
oven, yeah.
when acting. Because I don't want to tell someone. Because like I also consider the idea of like I'll commission a couple, and then I'll just tell them like, you know, I might not use yours, but I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
Like I assume most will probably not mind because who cares? Like they got the
You're
money, they
getting
did the
paid,
work.
but it kind of turns it into a like at least it's like it could be worse. At least they're getting paid, but it is kind of like a case of like, you know, you do that work and then no one's gonna see it. Kind of is a bit.
Because I see that happen, and it's still like I feel like if you're the kind of person that like cares about what you do, you want to see it used.
Yeah, it's like it reminds me of like I think the worst example I've seen was like I think it was like Rooster Teeth. They went to a college and they basically had all the college students design new Grim for them, and it was like basically just free labor to get a bunch of free Grim designs, and then they just used a couple of them, and then like that was it.
Yeah.
So it's just like for like they didn't. I don't even think they got paid for it. It was basically just for like publicity, I guess. But I don't even remember if they credited them or it was probably like a single line in the credits. So you know.
You know, that reminds me. Libby is technically a public domain character.
Who?
Libby was to be the mascot. So LibreOffice. Did I tell you about the LibreOffice mascot fiasco?
I don't think so.
Okay. LibreOffice, the open source office thingy, they had a contest for designing the mascot of LibreOffice.
Oh.
And some people did their designs. And then fucking Tyson Tan entered the room. Tyson Tan, a god tier artist, and he made a lot of the open source mascots. He made the KD mascot. He made the Krita mascot. Like every time you open Krita, the character you see, that's from Tyson Tan.
Yeah.
Okay, he's a legend. And he designed Libby, which is like this lynx. You know, anthropomorphic lynx. For all the, like, we made like variation for all the various apps.
Yeah.
It was really cute. And everyone voted for it, except the LibreOffice committee said, "Oh, this character is too sexualized." And I was like, "What the fuck are you on about?" That's not true at all. But they banned Libby from the competition. So out of spite, everyone voted a clearly stolen and recolored clip art design from some Indian dude, which was proven like copied. It wasn't an actual original design. It was just someone took a clip art from fucking Google Images and then recolored. And like recoloredly awful. Like it wasn't even well recolored. It was really bad.
Like somebody doing Naruto fan art where they just like get the paintbrush or paint bucket and like, oh my Jesus Christ.
It was very much like a Dark Steel the Hedgehog, but like Wars.
Yeah. So I just kept getting hit by a bumper back down that ramp repeatedly because every time I'd like start getting back up, it would fly down and smack me. Like it would fly into me. I didn't hit it. It hit me. Oh my god.
So LibreOffice, rather than include a clearly stolen character, decided to just call the old thing off and say, okay, we're not gonna have a mascot.
Reminds me of like I think it was like a competition Monster Energy drink had for a new flavor. It was Mountain Dew, I think.
Tyson
and then
in
people
response said, Libby is now public domain, do whatever the fuck you want with a character.
Fair.
And she got included in a couple games, I think. Okay. Oryx? Oh, it's not a lynx? Oh, it's not a lynx, it's a different character. Okay, so this is the character. I will put it on my stream and I will send it to you. Can I just put it on my stream like this? I think I have to do the capture thingy.
When you're doing that, no, that's called an internship. I don't even think it was an internship. It was like a contest that they only had this one group of like college students do. Like they literally refer to it as a contest. Yeah, I remember that. Isn't it for the design for the Nuka Leave? I can't even remember. IRC, it was. Oh, that's such a good design. What the hell do they mean it's over-sexualized?
Right? It's so
Is it because she has a skirt? But that's like literal office attire.
Kinda hot though. She has.
I mean, you're not wrong, but.
But like, what the fuck?
It was also done for merch and whatnot. Rissy did not give the royalties to the artists. Yeah, that sounds about right. To be fair, like, I even still remember being so annoyed at, like, when, Ruby did, like, the queer baiting or whatever, where it was just, like, they heavily shipped these two characters together, and then they just killed one off for no reason, and just said, oh no, they were actually platonic, don't worry about it, guys. It's like, It's like,
I keep telling you, my favorite Ruby thing is Ruby being homophobic. I think that's one of the best memes I ever seen about Ruby.
Oh yeah, oh wait, the only thing I know about my Ruby was homophobic Ruby meme, yeah. What? Oh wait, Western devs be like, oh, it's over-sexualized for having boobs that aren't a cutting. Well, what was it? Oh yeah, fuck Bumblebee. I agree that Bumblebee is a bad kind of relationship in the sense that, like, it just happens and it's like there's no setup. It just kind of exists all of a sudden and you're meant to just go with it and believe that they're really into each other.
Homophobic Ruby, let's go!
Because the entire show, they set up Blake and Sun to become a thing. Then all of a sudden, Sun goes, oh, I need to go now, and I'm never coming back. Also, clearly you just have the hots for Yang, and it's like, wait, when was this a thing? I remember somebody pointing out to me that there was evidence that this was going to happen from the very beginning, but it was from a podcast where they mentioned that, like, one of the main Ruby cast was going to be, be playing, like, an LGBTQ character. But that was it. Like, it was never shown in the show or like set up. It just happens. And then the relationship I was talking about, which was like the baiting, was I think it was Clover was his name, and Crow, where they spent an entire season building up for that like relationship and the drama that would involve with it, and then all of a sudden they just kill them off for no reason and just go like, no, they were actually just good friends, even though we put all of this like merch on the store, like shipping them together to encourage purchases.
There's a lot of them in this map.
Oh god.
Can't really help it.
Yeah, they made Bumblebee canon because everybody loves the well, like, as I said, there was proof that Bumblebee was going to be a thing from the... Like, there was signs that Bumblebee was going to be a thing from the very beginning. It's just, it was very terribly executed to the point that it made no sense for them to become a thing the way they did it.
I still won.
Yeah, they spent an entire season building them up only to pull a barrier gate. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Because it's like, the conflict that got Clover killed made no sense. So, like, in the narrative here, Ash, what happened was, you have Clover, Crow, a serial killer chained up, and then, like, a, civil rights movement leader or whatever. And then basically Clover gets a call being like, okay, my boss wants me to bring you two guys in with the serial killer because like something's going on. I don't know what's going on, but I'm asked to like arrest you. And Crow's like, okay, no problem. We can talk this out when we get there. I'm sure it's just a misunderstanding. Civil rights movement lady is like goes crazy and says, hell no, I'm not going to do that. Causes the airship they're in to crash. So then she gets knocked out. It's then Clover, Crow, and then the serial killer who has now been released. How do you think that scene plays out?
Very well. They kiss and I don't know.
So even though Crow says he's more than willing to be arrested and taken into custody, he sides with the serial killer, and then is shocked when the serial killer kills Clover. And the only person that had a problem with anything's unconscious. Why did that conflict happen? It's oh god. It's like I really need to like get over my like insecurities and write something because holy shit, if that's considered good writing by Ruby fan.
Cat is not having luck today, but they're finding all the funny ones. So
yeah, the
good
only
job,
season.
guys.
Oh, the only reason Clover died because they couldn't get rid of Tyrion and they had
Damn.
to shoehorn Crow with Robin. Oh, good. Man, good thing I stopped watching this halfway through season 2. Yeah, it's out my
Sigma?
face. Hey, Minty.
Damn it, son.
Yeah, I was ranting about Ruby, fair. But, yeah, no, it's like, Ruby had good stuff in it up until, like, the end of Season 3, but then it was, like, filled with a bunch of horrendous flaws, because you get two people who've never wrote anything to write your show, it's bound to be terribly written, no matter what you do. Oh shit, you're going so fast.
Yep. I'm using exploit again.
No, I was doing it well.
This is not intended mechanic in the game. It will be patched out.
Oh, like using
The spin dash while on the thing. Yes. Also, I'll just stop using it because I don't give a shit. It is currently in the meta, and the developers hate it. This is going.
Fair. I fell back asleep again. Oh, fair enough. I mean, I did the same earlier, so.
Flipping everything.
I hope you enjoyed your nap.
How much
See,
of
this is the
Ruby
reason
being
why
bad
I
is
think
Ruby being bad, and how much of it is Rooster Teeth being like, you know, they're not really the most independent company. They're literally owned by a media network.
Yeah. Well, sure, they're going under now anyway, or like getting like deleted.
Hey, speaking of corporate companies going like the deleting stuff,
I'm starting to get a
all
bit
of Humble
worried.
Games is gone. The publishing arm, the Humble Bundle website is still up, but the publishing arm is gone. They fired everyone.
I mean, did anyone ever use that?
A lot of games got published. Slay the Spire got published with Humble Games. One Step from Eden. Initially, they had a lot of like hits. Lately, not that many. Like I heard
Fair.
of some of the games, but it's very hit and miss. And I have played none of them. Also,
this is the
Humble
reason-
in general is going to shit. Like,
Yeah. I haven't really looked at Humble Bundle in ages. Like
it's just bad. It's become the fucking clearance bin of supermarket online.
Yeah, I think the closest thing to Humble Bundle I'd actually look at now is like, you know, at Christmas I usually get the Jingle
So,
Jam
I didn't know
collection.
that, but Humble got acquired a while ago.
Oh,
Which explains why they've gone to shit. Yeah, they're from IGN now.
oh,
Gee, I
that
wonder why
makes
it's so bad.
much sense.
I mean, Humble has been bad
God.
for a while. I think Humble...
Damn.
I don't think the acquisition can justify... I think Humble has been dropping in quality ever since. I mean, I was there since the very beginning, and you cannot match the beginning because in the beginning it was all about the charity. It had like games that were like the first Humble Bundle came out like a few months after Super Meat Boy came out, and it had Super Meat Boy.
Yeah.
You had like current games. They also released like source code of some of them. Like Humble Bundle was a big moment. If your game was on Humble Bundle, not only was it like still like very much worth the money, but you also had to do something for it. Like you had to either like include the source code or like make a Linux version.
Yeah.
It wasn't just, oh, this game is not selling well, let's put it in a bundle.
Yeah. I think that's why I kind of like the Yogscast one they do for Christmas, just because it is purely for charity, and then like none of the money goes to like you know, it's just only for the charities. But yeah. Let's see here. I did Wizards. Oh wait. People give too much shit to Ruby, to fanfics, given Ruby's setting is given more justice by fanfic writers. I think that's the funniest thing I hear about Ruby, is ever since the beginning, people said, like, you know, if you want a good story, you go to the fanfics.
Stop being humble. Well then, yeah, I mean, remember, the original name was Humble Indie Bundle. They dropped the indie at some point.
God.
Surprised that they haven't dropped the humble yet.
Oh God. See, this is the reason why I think people should write anything, because people consider JJK to be peak when it's essentially anime Game of Thrones. Then fuck people's opinions. Yeah, it's like writing a lot, like in general, seems to have been dumbed down a lot in a lot of media now, where it's like you rarely have quiet scenes. It's always a character explaining to you what you're meant to be paying attention to, instead of letting you pay attention. But Wizard of the Legends, I think. Signalis was Humble Games, I think. There was a good Resident Evil bundle a month or so ago. Oh, I saw that. IRC, they made a pack with every HD remaster for the Classic 3, right? Look, man, those Jean Pira fanfics went hard. I believe it, just as much as I know it did not go hard in the actual show.
There's an entire website dedicated to My Little Pony fanfiction. Some of the stuff is good.
Yeah. I fully believe Monty's like best friend who wrote the letter that like Jean and Piero were both meant to die at the end of season 3, but then like Rooster Teeth or like even just Miles after Monty died just went, nope, gotta keep my self-insert alive.
People keep mentioning JJK, I have no clue what that is.
I'm trying.
The new anime of the month.
I think I know what JKK is. Is that the JKK or whatever? I don't know.
Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one where it has the guy with the white hair and the blindfold, right? And then like the people with like multiple eyes, and I'm like, I keep seeing it, but like I've never looked at
anything of it, and I am the most glad ever. I only heard of the name because it is popular enough that it pops up. I have never seen it. Not worth the time. How would you know that unless you're a weeb and you watched it?
I mean, that's what I've been hearing a lot about, what do you call it? My Hero Academia recently, is it's just kind of like everyone was really hyped about it, and then after it's been out for a while, everyone kind of realized it's kind of meh.
My Hero Academia had potential. The premise
was like,
cool.
I heard it had potential. I think it had potential. Everyone thought it was cool, but I think it's just a case of like, I assume it just didn't go anywhere that kept the interest up, and then it kind of like... I
feel like My Hero Academia like broke the premise like immediately, but it was in a way that still felt like it could go somewhere, and then they decided that nah, that actually
yeah, because the thing was, the main character, if he uses his powers, he'd like damage his own body and break himself apart.
The initial thing is that it didn't have any power. It was like, instead of being the one guy with the superpower, it was the opposite. It was the one guy without the superpower. Everyone else had it, but he wanted to be a hero, so he risked his life anyway. Then they break the premise by giving him superpowers, but those superpowers come at a price. And then he just learns to use them, and it's like, okay,
I'm starting to get a
no
bit
fucking, there's no rules.
Yeah.
Like, who cares at this point? All the stakes are like, my problem is that it just feels like bad writing to the point, like, you create a scenario, you give, you know, struggles to the main character. That's cool. That's what you do. You might ease them a little bit, but you gotta keep the stakes high. If the stakes are not high, there's no interest.
It's a case of like, what you're saying where it's like they broke the premise immediately. I think I'm fine with that, like the aspect of like he started with no powers and he was gifted powers, because that's a very like superhero story kind of origin story deal.
I was okay, so I was like, this sucked, but you know, I can roll with this. And when you see that he like gets, like, he breaks his arm and everyone is telling you, hey, you can only be like this baller like once or twice because your body can clearly not take the strength that you've been gifted. I was like,
yeah,
oh, that's cool. Like it had stakes. Now there's stakes. You cannot use his power like willy-nilly.
Yeah. It should have been like One Punch Man with stakes, where it's a case of like he can like probably like beat any enemy in like a punch or two, but then he'd be risking like just dying
that's exactly
if he did.
What it was initially.
Yeah,
like,
so it's like
strength, but
because that makes it interesting, because it's a case of like then you have the scenes like in One Punch Man where like they have Saitama never there, because if he's there then he just beats the enemy and the scene's over. So like they have all the content, all the story happen while he's not there. Instead you could have him be there, but then all of the characters are fighting for their lives, because if they fail then their good friend will have to do it and he'll probably die punching them in the face.
I mean,
so it's like
the series does go from being just about the main character to being about all the characters in the class, because it's, of course, high school setting.
I mean, fair enough. It is meant to be like a shonen or whatever, where it's like the really long-running series, but it's like no One Piece is basically what I'm hearing.
But the thing is, at one point they just telling the guy, "Hey, you should go to this guy. This guy is good at training." And this guy goes like, what if you only use like 5% of your available power? And he starts being able to punch people without actually breaking his arms. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, man, wow, it was that easy, huh?
Does anything else take the place of this? Like, now that the stakes are just not there anymore? No!
Like,
he just becomes able to use stuff. Like, what the fuck is the point then?
Like, you could still have the tension be there at that, because that basically just reminds me of Superman, where he has the thing where Superman has to use like 1 or 5% of his power, because if he slips up and accidentally uses a bit too much, he'll accidentally murder a person.
No, mine is like
also, yeah, common consensus shifted to Volume 3 would have been impactful on it.
You can stop arguing about it.
Yeah. If John died, My Hero Academia is Sky High the anime. I need to rewatch Sky High, honestly. I don't think I can add comments without sounding like a contrarian to every statement. Do it, it's a free world. Be a hater, every person needs to be better. My freedom is my silence. I mean, fair.
I know it's the unpopular opinion, but I think One Punch Man is bad.
I'd agree with that. Well, like, it's enjoyable, but like it goes on too long. It should have been like a short story. Is like, you know, it was fun at the start, and then it goes on too long, and then it's like it just becomes a story about all the other characters, and Saitama's just in the background because he can't have anything happen if he's there.
It's, you know what, it's the Toy Story problem. How many Toy Stories can you make, really? Like, I haven't watched Toy Story 4. I watched 3 and I already thought 3 was pushing it way too far.
Well, it's like, it's why if you want to watch like One Punch Man, I'd just say watch Mob Psycho, because it's by the same guy, but he learned the lessons from One Punch Man. He cut it off when he finished the story, and and the shtick lasts longer. Because you have that, like, you know, the stakes of main character is the strongest psychic ever. but he has to like cut off any and all emotions, because if he accidentally becomes too emotional, he might hurt people. So he has to like become like this like blank body almost, because if he actually expresses himself, he puts other people in danger. So it's him kind of trying to deal that while also trying to protect people, and like also like people pushing him and trying to like break him kind of. It's like, you know, it has stuff happening, it has stakes, but the main character is like super overpowered, but it works. Because you even have scenes where it's like the characters have to stop the main character from doing anything because they're worried that he might go too far.
Playing Sky? Oh god. Main is addicted, just like you.
Yeah, I've kind of gotten like Minty and 2 other people addicted. It's weird to introduce something to people and then them actually not only engaging with it, but playing it almost, if not more than me.
I know that feel exactly. I have
like
gotten people addicted to stuff, which one of them was Homestuck, so...
I mean, fair. Hope looks good.
Well, I mean, my artist friend, I got addicted to Homestuck, and she's like part of like fanzines and tarots and stuff like. Bro.
I thought you said Homestar for some reason.
No,
Homestuck's good, but it's a mess.
Yeah, but you see, like when your friends get taken way more seriously than you, like,
yeah.
I almost feel sad for them now.
It's fine. I'm gonna say, in a world that is effectively the Justice League, Deku being more like a Batman-ish hero would have been great. I also think One Punch Man is bad. The Murata remake, that is, the original still fucks. Playing Sky's the moment, thanks for that Enfield lol, but anyway, there's a little moth running around with a candle to make friends. Fun Sean fact, Mob Psycho 100 is one of my top manga. Saw Cyan and Idge for playing, speaking of, actually. Yeah, that's the other 2 people I've gotten in on it. Soon I'll convince everyone to play Sky. Sky's gonna have its own Splatfest soon, apparently, basically. They're doing an event which is like, I guess you'd say kind of like the Olympics, where there's gonna be like 4 teams you're sorted into, and then it's like, you know, you're trying to...
Splatfest ad?
Which was?
Nintendo has disqualified the winning team because they're a bunch of racists.
Oh. I hope not.
They're like, okay, we're gonna take away your victory, we're gonna take away all the promotional stuff we did for you.
Wait, so like, what happened? So was it the team that won was racist, or was it Nintendo that won?
No.
Okay.
Nintendo's fine. Which is a statement that I hate saying, but it is true.
Okay. Oh, Jesus. That didn't even happen during the, like, which do you prefer, Inklings or Octoling?
Yeah.
How?
The
Jesus.
community is kind of fucked up, I feel like.
Oh, God. I saw it more closer to Harry Potter, unfortunately, but less icky. Yeah. Like the Sky tournament thing, it's like you're sorted into a team, kind of like Harry Potter, where you're like given, like, you know, it's just randomly assigned, so you can't just pick your favorite and then like everyone like you know goes like, we're all gonna join this team, so it guaranteed wins. It's like purely random. Which was what I thought was gonna be the problem you were gonna say, and not like apparently that. Jesus.
It's Splatoon.
That was wild news, by the way. I thought people were overreacting to them quoting Frieza, but then the DMs leaked, and then my heart sank. Jesus, what the hell? Like, I'm kind of scared to find out what the hell is going on there.
Something funny that happened on the drama-wise. So there's a YouTuber that makes stuff about like tiny computers, like compact gaming builds, not like just like Raspberry Pi.
Yeah.
And like gaming. And he made like, hey, Razer just made a keyboard that's pretty blatant cheating in FPSs. They made a keyboard that's analog switches, which are already super controversial for many reasons. But what they did is... Oh goddamn! Hello, Sonic. I got scared by that. The walk-in sounds are still messed up. They're like super low, but very loud still. What I was saying. Yeah. They made this keyboard, and the thing about it is that, you know how a keyboard works normally with the switch, right? You press it until a certain point, it registers, and then you have to hold it back up to depress it. So what Razer did, this is an analog keyboard, so you can set at which point of travel it registers. Okay? So you can make them more or less sensible. Now that's nice, except they started adding more functionality, which is less okay. One of them is that the keyboard now detects... One of the problems you have in like competitive FPS is when you have to do like, you have to like wiggle left and right to avoid projectiles.
Yeah.
But also, in Counter-Strike specifically, if you stop moving, your aim gets better. Like your spread of your light is decreases. So what they did, there's a thing called Counter-Strafe, where if you hold right and then press left and then stop holding both of them, like pressing left counteracts the sliding and you stop immediately and then your aim gets immediately better. Isn't that wooting? Yes, but Razer did it and did it even more cheaty. So they added, with wooting you can do that, but it's still like you still have to get to like the specific range. With Razer, they basically what they do is they see you you can configure two buttons to be like counteracting to each other. So the moment you stop holding, like you don't have to press the whole button up. They just see the moment the pressure decreases, they automatically deselect the button and let you select the other button. The video makes it more clear. It's very confusing to explain.
It's basically like it does the motion for you, so you don't even have to like.
No, it doesn't do the motion for you.
Try and learn.
It makes it like too fast. Like you cannot physically do it as fast in other keyboards.
Yeah, it's basically like if you have used this keyboard, you have an inherent advantage of Counter-Strike.
And other games as well, because they have other stuff. So the video is called Razer's new keyboard is basically cheating. Now wooting, which is already not water for all sorts of problems. The wooting keyboards have been controversial in Osu, where the number 3 in the world got banned because of it. The controversial in Trackmania, because of something called action keys that let you use keyboard controls but steer in a analog way. So you can like have like smoother steerings. Well, with wootings you can kind of cheat, and that was its own problem. They're banned in Trackmania, so they decided being controversial in 2 games is not enough. So they literally copied Razer's feature identically, and then they made their own video where they introduced the feature and they called it "Wooting keyboards are literally cheating."
Oh my god. They know their market.
Yeah,
cheaters.
They know their market. That's so funny.
I'm just reminded when I saw like the what do you call it? I think it was like I can't remember what outlet did it, but they interviewed a bunch of people that were like would cheat in like Overwatch and stuff. to be like in the mind of a hacker, and then it's like it's deranged, like the opinions and takes that like cheaters have, where it's like, I paid $60 for my game, I'm allowed to do what I want with it. I should be allowed to cheat and win every game.
I mean, they're just sad people, as far as I know.
It's like, yeah, but you have to agree to the NDA or whatever, or not NDA, but like you'd have to agree to the terms of service that literally says you're legally not allowed to do this.
Is that even that like you're legally not allowed to? Is that?
It's just an asshole thing to do.
It's just an asshole thing to do. Yeah, exactly.
Like
everyone.
What I like,
$60. So what?
Well, like, here's the thing, right? What I find interesting about, I think it was Counter-Strike, what they actually have in their community is they have servers where everyone on the server is a cheater, because it becomes like who can cheat the most. It's like almost like a separate game mode for hackers to just play with themselves. Yeah. And like non-hackers aren't involved at all. So at least, like, you know, that's cool and that's fine. Give them their own little playground and keep them away from all the regular players.
They want to feel better.
I know. Oh god.
Man, emote first in time, but I don't know if you can use it. Is that the big eye thing?
What was it? I know I've watched you all play Sky, but is it like actually worth it to play? I can't help but look at it and just shrug. It just feels like a cosmic farming sim. It's more like multiplayer Journey, I guess. It's just a very calm, chill, like casual game where it's like you just kind of wander around to do little objectives here and there.
I don't think there is such a thing as single player Journey, but.
No, I meant online Journey, but like,
yeah,
but like Journey has online, but it's all strange. It's like all strangers, and you'll never know who they are. Oh, okay. Journey actively wants you to add them to your friends list so you can continue to play with them.
That's weird.
Well, it's like the game's all about like it's like trying to be like human connection and community is like more of a focus for it. So like they kind of want you to engage with other players more. It's why like they're doing the big like tournament event or like contest, because they're like experimenting with trying to promote like healthy competition in the game. No idea how that'll go, but you know, it'd be neat if they pull it off. But I just hear competition and I'm like, that can be healthy in this day and age?
Competition can be healthy.
It can be, but like, I don't know. In an online community, I feel like you'd have too much of even just like an outspoken minority that are just very toxic in any game. But
sure. That's why I think like I like small communities because they're kind of self-moderating.
Yeah. Agreed. Because it's like, what do you call it? What would be a good example? Hey.
Look at all the booty.
You know what I've been playing as a comfy game?
Oh?
I've been playing Cyber's Loot again.
Ooh.
It's good.
Yeah, I heard it was good. It was like, if you want, like, I think I heard it's like, it's a better Pokemon than Pokemon, even though it's more Shin Megami Tensei.
Yeah, it's more Shin Megami Tensei.
I think it was basically just to be like, Digimon has the better games than Pokemon these days or something, I think was just the sentiment.
So the thing about Cyber's Loot is that when it came out, people started going like, when did Cyber's Loot came out actually? I have to check the year. I think it was like 2016. Yeah, it came out like slightly before Sword and Shield, and I can see the argument there.
Yeah. It's like each Pokemon game's kind of getting worse and worse because they refuse to update their like design philosophy, but also on top of that, they want to make the game as like more and more like easy to get into as possible, but they're dumbing it down for everybody.
They're
not making it easier to get
I will never
into.
forgive them for that.
They made what?
Arceus, Legend Arceus.
Oh,
And then
in a way that like because it was a good game, or in a
Yes.
way that it was like
because
okay,
it shows that they're capable of making a good one,
yeah.
but they just outright refuse to.
Because like people vote with their wallets. It's like, okay, well they keep buying the trash we're doing, so we'll keep making the trash and
Yeah.
we'll keep making money.
And that's how it works.
That's like the big issue with the industry nowadays. It's just kind of like a case of like all these problems, but like
It is slightly changing.
it is, but like you have it where it's like, oh, this company's so toxic. I hate what they're doing. It's so terrible. It's like, okay. It's like if I wish they'd stop doing it. It's like, well, if you want to like punish them, you just don't buy their game. It's like, but I need to buy the new game. I want to play it. It's like, well, then you're supporting the the people that you hate. It's like, yeah, but I want to play the game. Like,
Man, I am working on every single one of these fucking things. I'm 7. I'm dead last.
I was first, and it
Damn it.
lasted not long enough. Damn. Sounds like the issue with that Harry Potter game. Yeah, it's
Harry
like
Potter game sold so much.
it sold so much, even though like everyone was trying to get people to boycott it because they like didn't want to support J.K. Rowling, and then people said, "Oh yeah, but like we want to support the devs," and it's like, yeah, but J.K. gets like half the money. And
I
she
am happy that
literally
that game
just
sold
uses
well, though.
it to
Because
like,
that game
pardon?
was the underdog.
What game?
The Hogwarts Legacy one.
Yeah.
Like, again, the fact that that game sells more than, like... I think... I don't remember this, but I think Call of Duty is not doing so well. Which is wild.
Yeah, I think they've been dropping the ball a lot with their games, from what I'm hearing. I want to get into Rain World since I know nothing about it. What was Rain World again? It sounds familiar.
God damn it. No Storm Rig! No Storm Rig! Your fault. This ass map that I hate.
I tried Ash, I really did, to get Oil Rig.
I know, I tried as well. Well, I like Mega Mod. I'm sorry, Fish, you're wrong. No one likes these maps.
Oh god.
Especially this one. That is a real stinker.
I nearly made it through. I was on like 92. I needed to be 200. I was 8% off.
Ah! But yeah, I will just say, I have like the comfy grind game, but I still feel a hole in my heart. That just isn't a game like Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah. Does remind me that I gave Pacific Drive a go the other day. It was before I started playing fast mode, because it was just had to wait to play fast mode, and I'm like, I don't want to start streaming too late, so I'll play a different game for like an hour or two and then swap to Phasmo. Very good time. I'm excited to play more of it. It's basically like Stalker, but set in America. And instead of bandits, it's like you just have a station wagon, and it's just a supernatural road trip. So you might like it, but it is like a crafting survival-y kind of game. So far, it hasn't felt like that much of an issue to me, but like it could become a bigger issue the further in I get.
I tried Moonlighter because Moonlighter feels like comfy. And it has some of the worst fucking combat I've seen in a 2D game. I was like, I cannot be arsed to play this.
Sean, you must also understand Sam also got me back into Pocket Camp since she was playing it. I was already into Cookie Run 2, so maybe I am just susceptible to playing mobile games, lol. I mean, they are easy to pick up. I'm glad I escaped.
Just play Reciteer. Honestly, if you like the shop part, play Reciteer, and if you like the dungeon part, that's literally every other game. At the H after Reciteer, oh yeah, same.
Fair.
I do like the shop part of Moonlighter, but the fact that you have to do the dungeons and the combat is just as bad as Reciteer, if not worse. Like I thought, like, there's no fucking way there's a game that did dungeons worse than Reciteer, and entered Moonlighter, and it did. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Well,
that's so bad.
Let's see. I am glad I escaped the microtransaction games after Fate Go and Brawlhalla. I heard Fate Go is like the worst, like, microtransaction hellscape. I wish I liked Moonlighter. I have an itch after Reciteer. I have played Reciteer, but I need like another.
Yeah, I know. There's like a
what?
potion game that's like Reciteer, sorta. I kind of refuse to play it because they have one of those games that removed the demo after the Steam Next Fest. I don't like those games. Well, it's even
worse because they're not confident enough to keep it up, kind of, right?
No,
was what you were saying.
Worse. I was streaming it. Okay, I was streaming Next Fest demos, and the demo soft locked on me.
Oh.
And I was like, well, I'll just restart it. By the time I started playing it, and when the game soft locked, they removed the demo, so Steam did not allow me to play it anymore.
What the fuck?
I was like, you know what? Like, the moment the Next Fest ended, they took out the demo. Like, okay. Like, I don't care. Steam reviews say it's okay, but it gets boring.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, then I don't really care about buying it. Like, this is what it's gonna be. I have to buy a mid-game that already, like, fought with me on a personal level. Eh.
That was Babel. What?
By the way,
no.
I did download some demo from Next Fest while I was in the US. Sorry, before I went to the US. And I was like, well, I'll just check out whichever demo they don't take down. That's my new strat for trying games.
Oh, yeah.
None of them.
Oh.
It's been months. The demos are all up still.
Oh, well, like none of them went down. Oh,
none
nice.
Went. They're all up and I still haven't tried them. Oops.
It's like you're still like, you were just like recently on the trip, so like fair.
Yeah, but it's been a month.
Being fair, but you know.
Yeah, but I'm not used to this. So for Evil, who maybe not isn't as used, my strat for filtering games off Nextfest has become, when Nextfest starts, I just download every game that I find interesting, and after Nextfest ends, every game that like takes out where they take out the demo, I just don't play that.
I'm starting to get get a bit worried.
I mean, what the fuck? Like I hate when developers take down their demos. There's no reason for doing it.
Yeah. Rift of the Necro Dancer demo is down. Oh.
Sky didn't do it. The demo for Sky was up forever. Is it still up, actually?
Like, do you mean No Man's Sky? Or...
No, the one you play.
It's a free-to-play game.
Okay, but when they did the Steam demo, like the Nextbus demo, it's an online service. If it's an online service, I can understand taking the demo down.
I mean, it is an online service game, so...
I was like, you know what? Sky, whatever the summoners, whatever it's called, I forgot.
Children of Light.
Oh, Children of Light. I was like, okay, it's an online service. If they take it down, it's whatever. I come 2 weeks later after Nextfest, the demo is still up. I was like, oh, cool, I'll try it. I was like, okay, not my cup of tea, but it's a cute demo. I play it with friends. Rift of the Necrodancer demo is down. I'm not gonna be care. I mean, I haven't played Rift of the Necrodancer. Well, I played a bit of it. I love this map. This map is dope, though.
Oh.
Damn, I got barred. That sucks. Oh, fuck. I mean, there's definitely good games that take the demo down. I don't say it's an index of like good games. I just hate the movement in general. And the really good games don't do it. So you can still get the fucking Pizza Tower demo from 2016.
I mean, that's the way it should be, because, like, you know, back in the day, it's like that's what determined if you'd bought a game or not, if the demo was good half the time. And it feels like if you kind of hide the game demo, then you're not really confident with your product, or you don't want people to know how bad it is.
Okay, but like, it's about to show upcoming work and not for the sake of demo's sake. Okay. But, okay, tell me this. Why you, as a developer, would want to take a demo of your game? Give me one good reason, which isn't... I'm not confident in the demos... Like, in the demo... to be able to, like, win someone's over.
I mean, Netflix is meant to be... shut up. The demos must give feedback, not for the sake of the demo's own sake.
Because it's not a complete state? So what? It's a fucking demo, it's not a complete product. Like, if you replace it with a more complete demo, sure. But if you have nothing else, if you rather have nothing, then you're just kind of full of shit in my eyes.
Is it bad? All I can think about now is that, like, technically, like, the Y2K postmodern RPG has, like, the 1.5 update demo up, and it's, like, still up, I'm pretty sure.
Bro, Crosscode as, like, the demo is from way... Like, it's from, like, at least 5 years old. Like, 5 year older than the final game.
Well...
It's like 0.7.3. It's the same demo that I tried when they only had the first area playable.
Yeah.
And Crosscut is one of the best games ever. So, again, I don't fucking get the point.
Because it's not at a complete state. If that's a demo you have up of your current game is vastly improved, why would you want to be on your demo?
Okay,
it makes
make a better
sense
demo.
to take down a demo. Yeah, you can't like just
make a
update
better
the demo?
2, you can just be clear about what the state of the demo is. Once again, look at a lot of the best games. Like, hell, even like AAA games, when they had demos, the demos were from an incomplete state.
That is true. Hey.
You know, the games are not finished yet. Okay, but why take down the demos? Just call it an Xmas demo.
I do think a lot about how some
It's a
games had
marketing
like
move.
demo.
That's the problem. Because they know
Yeah.
that if I only let you play my game for 2 weeks, then you're not gonna play other games because you're gonna try to play my. It's like an opportunity cost. Everyone thinks that their game is the best game, and therefore they will make space for it. But the reality is, no, it isn't, and you're still an asshole.
It reminds me of like, you see, there's like a lot of demos that are like lost media or like sought after because they were like let's say like a old build of a, or like an old version of a demo from like a convention or something. It's like weird, but like there is interest in old demos that like, but that were like taken down and removed for like a lot of games, even if they're not complete. Like I mentioned Y2K. Y2K had like a E3 demo of the game that was a completely unique area that was like not in the final game with its own like unique storyline that was only in that demo, and apparently it was better than anything in the actual game. Like the best version ironically was like that demo.
Look at the fucking Stanley Parable demo. It's still like the Source Engine one. And it's not even the game, it's like its own little thing. I'm sorry, I will never ever be for like removing content. I don't think there's a good enough excuse.
I promise you indie games do not have the issue. Well then. I know, I can see the, like either side of the argument, though I'm siding more with you, Ash, just because of the fact that I know there's a lot of demos of like old version of builds that are like just become sought after. Like, look at PT as like the ultimate example of that. That's a demo that was taken down, and then people started selling their PS like 4s at like for like $500 just because I had the PT demo on it. And that one actually kind of had, like, at least had the logic of, like, the game was canceled. But even then, it's like, you could argue it should have been taken down, because that was almost like a complete experience on its own.
I have in my collection a Nintendo DS ROM of a game that never came to be. Because I know the developer. It's
Oh,
cool.
shit.
Yeah. It's cool shit.
You're gonna pay for that.
Time to go.
Dope.
Nice. I promise you, indie games do not have the issue. Which issue?
I can't remember what the issue was either. It was like a while ago.
Like,
What was it? I think it was,
the demos become sought after? I don't know. If you're a
Maybe?
good
I
game,
can't
you do
remember.
have the problem. The Pizza Tower demo I talk about, a lot of like Sage demos, especially when it comes to like Pizza Tower, they have exclusive content that is not in the final game. That's nice.
I think there's, yeah, I think there's a few games that actually have extra content in their
The issue of
demos.
trying to
So
fight
the
for
only
Netflix
way,
and competing for time. You are competing for time. Netflix has how many thousands of games? And everyone is like, oh, you have to wishlist me. Please wishlist me because I need the reach. And everyone is stressing out if your game is not wishlisted, you're just nowhere.
it kind of reminds me how it's like speaking of indie games with like time limited things. I remember it was like Antibiotic Fear, I think it was called. It's like I was like, oh, I'm interested in this game. I'll try it out for the closed beta, and it's like, oh, it's like I only have 2 weeks to play it. I'm sure I'll make time for it, and then I never was able to, and then the closed beta period ended, and I never got to try the game.
That happens
So I
to me
don't
as
know if I
well,
want to
actually.
play it. Like, the amount of betas I've entered and never actually played the game because it was only a 2-week span. I just never happened to find the time. Like, so, you know, it's like, and those are basically just the same as the Next Fest demos. It's just like they might be multiplayer because they're a beta instead.
Speaking of demos and base indie developers, Degenerate done, or whatever it's called, like Blackjack and Degenerate Gamblers or whatever it's called. It's like Blackjack Balatro. They had a demo with some really crude graphics. I was like, you know, it's cute. I'll see what happens. They found like a publisher. I don't know if it's like the Yokas, I think, something. And they were like, hey, it's not an Express or anything. We're updating the graphics of the demo and now it's all snazzy. And it is like really nice. And they just updated the demo. That's all they did. And they're incredibly based for that. And yeah, the graphics now are so much better. It doesn't
Wow,
feel
the
like a
game
hobby, but-
really fucked me over there. I got what do you call it? I got respawned because I didn't make it up a jump. And then it respawned me, dropped me directly on top of an egg box, and I instantly picked it up. So I was just told to perish. So I'm like last place, and now I'm even more last place because my chance to catch up with a super turbo was replaced with an egg box.
Also, speaking of competing for time, man, how many people have played Alicon when it was on Next Fest?
Alec, what?
The photography game, the Pokemon Snap but indie.
Oh yeah.
Alicon, whatever it's called.
Yeah, I only heard about it when I saw it in like the Yogscast
Yeah.
bundle or collection.
So, cause like it got worse because they were on Next Fest. Not many people tried it. The Discord was half empty. I was in there after the Next Fest and everything. And then new Pokemon Snap got announced and released. But everyone was playing that instead. So like, there is an issue of attention with indie games. There's too many.
And if
There's
I
too
remember
many
right,
fucking
from what I heard, the Pokemon Snap like new one was like pretty bad, and then it's like you would have been better off just playing the indie game.
Really? I thought that people said it was good.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh. I think I might have just assumed because I've heard nobody talk about the newest Pokemon Snap game.
I mean, all the people I know
Like,
that
it was
play
like a
Pokemon
week-
Stuff played it because of course they did.
Oh.
And they were having
Yeah.
a good time. It's also not made by Game Freak, so it has to be a good game.
You know what? Fair.
It's a fucking Unity game
I-
made by a third-party company. And
I,
that's
I love how
models of
that's
the Pokemon
almost
games.
like a market quality for a Pokemon game. If
is
it's
a
not
market
made,
quality.
if it's not made by Game Freak, it might actually be good.
Of course. That's why I said it wasn't made by Game Freak. It's the quality.
Yeah, they like even Game Freak released a game that wasn't Pokemon a few years back. That was like a weird like board game hybrid thing, but it was so bad from like seeing all the reviews of it. It's like it was just as janky and fucked up as Pokemon, even though the gameplay was even simpler. Oh wait, oh.
Oh, did you see that Power had a bunch of updates, by the way?
I didn't see it, but Minty let me know. But I was like, I assume we wouldn't be playing it again for a while until a good amount of updates came out.
Yeah.
People like the new oh. No. People like the new Snap, but I mean, what is there to socially talk about it? That is very true, actually.
I feel like Elton still did him better because you can actually talk to the fucking things. It had more charm, which is what Pokemon... Like, the whole thing with Pokemon is that the designs are nice and it has charm. So to get out-charmed by an indie game is... Oh. Because I feel like everything... Like, even Palworld, it just doesn't have the charm that a Pokemon game actually has.
Yeah. That's not true because of this Ilika? I don't know. Town? Yeah, it was not that good. Yeah, I can't remember the name of the game either, but I know it's like Town was in the title or something.
Okay, I don't know that one.
I got like...
I don't follow Pokemon that much. The only thing I care about Pokemon is the new Pokemon Legends.
Oh, it's not even like a Pokemon game. It was like a completely different like one-time IP game.
Not good.
The fuck? Oh.
I can't get this crumb out of my microphone. It's driving me insane. I had to mute myself to try and beat it out, and it didn't work.
But yeah, we'll see how long I can understand the... what's it called again? Cyber Slip. I think the grinding is slowly getting to me.
Yeah, okay.
Apparently I see to Scarlet and Violet. I don't know.
It's really good, but it sucked to wait more than like a year after the game's release for it to finally hit its stride. I do know what a few games, apparently, if you want to have a good experience, you're meant to just only play the DLC because the devs are actually allowed the freedom to, like, do whatever the hell they want. So I feel like that's not necessarily the case with Game Freak, because they have, like, the insane Nintendo money and shit.
Okay.
But, like, I know with Dead Space 3, it's like, the only good actual good Dead Space 3 content was the DLC. Because EA got off their backs and they could actually make it like a proper Dead Space experience. Then it was like similar with the Duke Nukem Forever DLC. Apparently that's actually insanely good. And if it was like the entire Duke Nukem game was like just like that DLC, it probably would have actually been a really good game. And not like the garbage fire it was, because like... God, Gearbox did them so dirty, but I guess that's Randy Pitchford for you.
I'm too happy that they're now in Take-Two hands.
Oh God, I think that was their Randy's excuse for why they don't like make a new Duke Nukem game or something. It's like, oh, our hands are tied. Oh no, it was like, why don't you release like the Duke Nukem Forever like beta builds or whatever? It's like, oh yeah, they exist, but oh, we could never do that because, you know, it's like the legal rights or something, because, you know, Take-Two, like, technically also owns it, so we'd have to go through them, and then, you know, I guess, like, we could, but maybe if we, like, made a remaster of Duke Nukem Forever and made it, like, the bonus content. It's like if we could find a way to to make money off of it, sure.
Yeah, but not at the same company.
Oh God, yeah. Oh, what? I heard my name, Pal World, when I was cooking noodles. I was just saying that you let me know about the Pal World update. Video games. You know, people really hate Duke Nukem Forever, but my dad, who has followed the series his whole life, enjoyed Forever, so I will always look fondly at it. Fair. Like, from what I hear, it's not too... Like, I remember playing it when it came out. It wasn't too bad. I probably would have enjoyed it if the loading screens weren't so painfully long. Like, excruciatingly long.
I forgot that thing exists. Nice, Zell. Zell found the shitpost thing of all.
I like how I didn't have the audio and it still had the full effect.
I don't need the audio for that.
Yeah.
It's just so good.
For the context for my stream, Ash has a shitpost redeem that plays a random shitpost video, and the video that played was a person playing Skyrim took a shot with an arrow. It did the kill feed
Animation, yeah.
animation, so it followed the arrow the entire journey as it flew towards a dragon, and then when it got close to the dragon, it actually went by the dragon, completely missed the dragon, and then just hit a random rabbit in the distance. Oh.
It like almost grazed the dragon is the thing. It's like
yeah, it's like
so...
literally a fake out. It's like you thought you one-shotted the dragon. No, you just shot a random rabbit.
Yeah, at least he one-shotted the rabbit.
But I mean, you're able to one-shot a rabbit.
Yeah,
that's like one hit point. I'm gonna head out and get my groceries. See you later. Later, Sean. But yeah, no, it's like if the loading screens weren't a problem, and to be fair, like there are like a few sequences in the game that were like just really like disgusting. But if like those weren't in the game, it would have been fine. You see, the problem with Duke Nukem Forever is it felt very clear that they added in Randy humor, and that kind of just ruined the game. Because the same devs made the DLC, and they didn't have Gearbox over them, and then it was actually, like, well-written, and fun, and... Oh... God, I hate Randy humor. Whenever I think of Randy Pitchford, I always think about the Medieval Times incident. You remember that?
No.
Okay, so what happened was Randy Pitchford went to a Medieval Times, like the restaurant in America, where they have all the shows and stuff, and he forgot a USB on his table, and he went home. That USB was filled with important company documents, but also videos of women squirting. And when the USB was found and it was brought up, he said, no, it's not like that. You see, I'm really into magic. And squirting is like magic. And then they did get the USB back because they got really lucky, and it was like a fucking like 15-year-old or something that was like a hardcore like Borderlands fan. So they literally just gave him a Borderlands like goodie bag, and he just gave back the USB, no questions asked. Yeah. Oh yeah, Minty with the question marks. Yeah, so Randy Pitchford is the CEO of Gearbox Softwares. Software. The CEO, the guy that like the guy that owns the company that made Borderlands. The CEO of that company. Oh god. It's not even like the worst or weirdest things he's done. He's like, there's a reason he has like the nickname of like greasy. He is the most greasiest man. No, I could clock that, but oh, just the stuff that he had on the USB, yeah. And like his explanation behind it.
The fact that they have them on the same stick.
Yeah.
The excuses is honestly the cherry, like.
But like the thing is, it's like I remember somebody telling him that like he wasn't funny, and then he said, "What do you mean? Of course I'm funny. For fuck's sake, I own the Duke Nukem license."
Yeah, that makes sense.
Apparently that makes you funny.
I remember the
Mind if I join?
Gearbox
No problem,
E3
Mario,
presentation,
man. Oh.
which was
It's
man.
it's a core server. It's like McCarthy's Kart Stand. It's just like an open server. You can hop in if you desire.
Yeah.
But what were you saying, Ash? I missed like the last thing because I was responding to chat.
Remember the Gearbox E3 conference?
Oh God, which one?
Oh, they had more than one? How did they ever go into
Well, it's like
more than one?
I just remember there being a lot of shit with Randy at different E3 events because it's like he'd have interviews and say weird or like just dumb shit.
It was so the thing is, they had a conference at one E3, I don't remember which one, and it was right after Devolver Digital.
Oh God.
And this is like Devolver Digital at their peak.
Yeah.
So like there was the you see the funny conference, and then you see the hardest trying to be funny conference. It was so cringe. Oh.
McCarthy's Kart Stand is the name of the server. Am I able to get it up while I'm in here?
If you open the post menu,
no.
it will be on the.
Oh wait, no, it's McCarthy's Taco Stand,
Yeah,
right?
McCarthy's Taco Stand.
McCarthy's Taco Stand, that's the one, yeah. Is there... Does that bring it up? Oh yeah, it does bring it up at the top. EU McCarthy's Taco Stand, yeah.
That name will forever live with me, I don't care.
Fair. But, God, yeah. Like, some of the, like, the list of things Randy Pitchford has done is, like, honestly insanity. Like, Borderlands, that game exists and was funded because Randy stole money from Sega. Because it was the money they were meant to use to develop alien colonial marines. And instead he put all the money into making Borderlands, and then he used the Borderlands money to make alien colonial marines. But clearly he didn't put enough money into it because of how that game fucking turned out. So basically he just like completely lied to and just fucked over like Sega on that game, and Sega were like, we're never gonna work with you guys again. Holy shit.
I mean, yep, I noticed. How many people are there now? Because there's really a lot. My dream of finishing first have been long gone because good people are in the server now.
Yeah. There was, what do you call it? Another, like, greasy thing he did. I think it was, like, the biggest one, like, I think recently, like, it was when Borderlands 3 came out. Where basically the way that, like, Gearbox worked at the time was they would underpay their workers, but the payoff would be when they release a product, so they release a game, they get like a percentage bonus based off of the sales of the game. So you got underpaid, but when a game came out, you made fucking bang. Then Borderlands 3 came out, and like people were expecting so much money that some people bought mortgages for their fucking houses. And then Randy just went, yeah, we're not giving you a bonus, and we're not giving you a raise. If you don't like that, you can just quit when there's no jobs in the market right now. So yeah, that's, yeah, Randy Pitchford.
I mean, expecting loyalty in the game development business is the worst.
Yeah, I know, like,
though.
it was very dumb of them to do stuff like that, but at the same time, they were probably people that worked at the company for like a decade and were used to it. But even then, it's like, you should not, yeah, you should still not have trusted that man. God, that followed me so far. I have a Luigi character mod. I really want to join as him, but I can't. Yeah, no, this is an unmodded server.
We had mods for a while, but there's currently a bug in the game that makes him annoying to deal with.
Yeah. Well,
And
whenever
I
it gets
am
patched,
waiting
we'll
for
start
the
adding
devs
mods
to
again.
actually release a proper fix. I mean, if I lose my patience, I might just go for the workaround that they said I should use, but I'll just wait. They said they're still working on stuff. It was 100% bad. I don't like it. It's bad for me to make the workaround. And yeah.
I find it
Gameplay-
funny, or
Oh, are you talking about 100%? Okay, talking about Borderlands. Ah, bad.
oh, okay. Borderlands was fucking travesty. Gameplay and playable characters were solid. Well, like, that's the thing. I heard the gameplay for Borderlands 3 was solid, but then everything else was dog shit. But, like, I never really enjoyed the gameplay of Borderlands. I always thought it was very boring and repetitive, and then I heard 3 might be an exception. But, like, for how bad I heard the story was, I know I just fucking hate it. Especially after I found out what they did to my boy Reese. Holy fuck, I hate what they did to him. He had such a good character arc in Tales of the Borderlands, the best Borderlands game, and they just undid all of it. And just assassinated his character, essentially. I feel the same way about, like, Duke Nukem, funnily enough, because, like, Duke Nukem Forever, they basically just assassinated Duke Nukem's character in that game. Because, like, oh my god. It's like his one thing is he saves babes, and he just tells some babes he failed to save to get fucked. Like, what the hell? At least have him be consistent. Holy shit.
What the fuck is
Like,
up
that
with
just
the frame rate?
screamed a Randy joke. Yeah, I don't know what's going on either.
Yeah, something fucky is going on. Huh?
Ow. I forgot capital T's punched me in the face.
Why is it not letting me be a... Oh, I'm an idiot. I didn't set a password for the server. Shit. I have to... Yeah, whatever. Game's lagging like hell. No, it's everyone. I don't know what the fuck is up there. But I am...
Oh, was there meant to be a password on the McCarthy server?
No, there was supposed to be a password for the administrator.
Oh. Oh
Can I
no.
change it now? Okay, I think I can do it. Okay, I set a password now. I'll be able to make it next card night? Okay.
Hell yeah. Oh no! Oh, good. My game is lagging like hell. No, that's happening to everybody, it seems. So, no idea why it's happening.
I tried to exit of the course early, but because I had no password, I could not obtain administrator rights. But it should be fixed now. If it happens again,
okay.
it should be an easy fix. Saying it's fuck you to the schedule stream whatever? I mean, if you want to stream whatever. All
I
my
mean, that's
favorite
what I
streamers
do.
Stream whenever, so
I usually stream, like, start streaming at the same time, but what days I stream, it's entirely random.
see, the problem is I need a schedule because otherwise I will never stream otherwise.
Yeah, you see, it's kind of like, as a result, I have periods where I stream a lot, and then I just barely stream at all. I fluctuate, like, heavily.
The thing with me, if given the chance, I will do nothing. So if I don't have a schedule, I will not stream. If I don't have a watch along, I will not watch stuff.
Good luck, Mike.
Yeah.
It's just how it is.
I have the problem where I feel like I have less free time because I'm streaming. Because when I stream regularly, I separate when I'm gaming and when I'm like working on stuff. When I'm not streaming, there's no divide, so I just play games all day. I need to stream to basically just separate the two, like, pastimes.
Oh, is it still glitching very often?
No, they said it was. They were saying it was lagging like hell when they were when it was still lagging for us.
Yeah, but they keep saying that now.
Oh, they're saying. Wait. Oh,
On my
okay.
chat.
Oh.
I don't see them on the. They're not even on the server.
Look at all the booty.
Well,
I mean, anyway, are
that's
you
concerning.
should be fine now. Look at them again. I got ninja. Ah, Svegas, we can do it!
What the fuck?
What?
Oh, someone must have a horn. Okay. I just hear like the start of Pumpkin Hill and then a Roblox explosion sound and then like the Pumpkin Hill note again.
Yeah.
And I thought something was going on with my game.
So to play as your character, you have to be in a server that has that character mod.
Good luck, Mike.
Mine currently has no mods. I tried having mods, there's issues with it. So I'm currently not running mods on the server. So if you want to play as Luigi at any pro cost, either host your own server or in single player, you should just be able to load him and play as him.
I think you have to like enable it in mods, but then you can't join servers if they don't use the mod.
Yeah, you just go in the add-on menu. It's in extras. The thing you might have to watch out for, so there's two kinds of mods. There's gameplay modification mods and just mods and like character mods. If it's just a character mod, the game will probably not complain and just let you play. If like they have like special behavior, as some characters mod do, they might be angry and not let you do like time trial. Custom voices is fine. Some characters have like custom physics and whatnot.
Good luck, Mike.
Yeah, so I assume it doesn't let you do it because that's like cheating or whatever if they have custom
Yeah.
physics.
Well, it's any custom Lua is considered cheating. Because you're changing how the game does this, like its game logic. And I think it's mostly limited to like time attack. Is like the developers don't really give a shit if you want to cheat on your single player game, but don't try to set times to put on like a leaderboard.
Yeah. Oh, that's what you're meant to do. Okay.
I'm an idiot.
Whoa!
But yeah, extras, add-ons, just load the character.
I'm starting to get a bit worried.
And then you should just be able to select it on the profile selection, no, the character selection screen. Oh god, I tapped into my Hey, Elon Musk did one cool thing.
What?
Oh my god! I cannot believe that Elon Musk did one good thing. So...
What did you do?
So, did you know about the whole gun emoji thing?
Yeah. That got turned into a water gun?
Yeah. Twitter just put it back, like... The gun emoji on Twitter specifically is now again an actual gun.
Oh my fucking god, yeah.
Oh
Okay,
my-
that's on brand.
That is so funny. I hate giving props to Elon Musk, but it found out to be funny, which is incredible.
Good luck, Mike.
The thing is, I don't think he's trying to be funny with that.
Ah! I don't know.
No, I could be wrong, but I don't think he's capable of being funny.
I would
Dude just
say
steals
that
all of his
was
memes.
Really funny. And not something that I expected to happen.
Fair.
And doing the unexpected is kind of the rule of being funny.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, you told me you did it, and I fully believe because I'm like, yeah, that seems on brand.
Well, it's hindsight, right? Like, of course he would do that, but did you ever think that that was a possibility on the table? I didn't.
Well, like, I didn't think of it as a possibility because I just didn't really care. But like,
It's
I don't know.
I feel like the fact that it's such a minute change makes it even funnier.
Fair.
Such a meaningless change at this point. Like, it was cringe when that they changed it to a water gun because, man, that's one like those like token changes. It doesn't really achieve anything. But then rolling it back after everyone else has jumped ship is it's funny. That's so. It is quietly. He hasn't announced he has done this, by the way.
Oh, I think that's more reason why I think he wasn't trying to be funny. Because if he was trying to be funny, he'd announce it at the rooftop.
That's true, but I don't see the point. I don't see why you would do it otherwise.
Well, isn't it like Twitter's getting more and more like, what is it, like right leaning? What is it, like Republican? And then they're all like guns are great, so. Like, to me, it just seems like a political thing.
I don't know. Again, it's such a small token change that it doesn't really seem political. It doesn't achieve anything.
Forget how petty people can be.
But it's if it wants to be a club and try to pretend that it's like politically motivated, I mean, it can be, it can go back to being a clown, and it's hasn't really stopped. But
Oh no.
it's kind of like the funny people say if I had Coca-Cola, I'd put the Coke back in it.
Fair. Nah. Every time I keep trying to go for that boost, it never works out. I get greedy. I get greedy.
I always target like the second one, and okay, this time it has not worked out, but usually it does.
Yeah, I'm trying to do the first one, and then I just fuck it up.
The second one, there's no way I can get it.
Oh yeah, I knew there was something I almost forgot to say. I can't remember if I told you about it, but you want to... So I was looking at wargaming systems, right? And I found one that I did not know existed and has so much put into it, it's insane.
Okay.
It's called a Mobius.
Oh boy!
Someone made a Sonic the Hedgehog war game based off of the Archie comics.
Let's go! Hey, it's my territory.
Yeah, and then it's a case of like I think the funniest thing is they have a faction that's the Echidnas. It's
Yeah?
literally just pretty much the Ken Penders faction.
Of course it is.
Oh god.
Uh,
Shadow is a part of Gun, so it's all the military guys with assault rifles and shit.
of course you gotta play with the kid. I assume that's like the Dark
Yeah.
Legion with like...
Yeah, you got Omega and you got Roosh the Bat, and then there's the Freedom Fighters, which is all like the main, all the like
No,
main
no,
cast
I mean
from the comic.
the
and then-
Echidnas, are the Echidnas the Dark Legion?
Let me double check the rule books here for all of the factions.
It's like the big baddies in the Echidna timeline were like the Dark Legion with Dimitri.
Like they're still apparently they're still adding to it, but like let's see here. Freedom Fighters, Kingdom of Acorn,
back.
Eggman Empire, Gun, Wolfpack, Dark Egg Legion, EDEL Nerd. Oh, that's
I don't have drop
EDEL
frames.
Nerds. Echidna Security Team, Felid Dynasty, Dino Regime, Kingdom of America, Iron Dominion.
Oh, the
Black
Iron Dominion is another
Arm.
thing. Oh, the Iron
Okay,
Dominion is
Black
another thing.
Arms,
God.
Beelzecorp, Battlebird Armada. That's all the factions so far.
Man, that's a lot. The Iron
It's
Dominion is there's the queen of the Iron Dominion. I forgot what the fucking name is. She's actually Snively Lovers.
Oh. But yeah, the rule book, it's like, so the rule book is there, and then there's 14 faction books. And it says on the itch.io page they're planning to add more. There's also supplements, one of which adds a bunch of vehicles to all the factions
Wait,
for like heavy armament.
where exactly in the comic is it set?
I don't know. I haven't read the rule book myself yet, but like,
It's not the model of vanilla. This is vanilla. This is core server.
but I think the idea, because it's a war game, is you can kind of like say it takes place at any stage in the timeline. It's just you, because you just pick two factions, you build two armies, and you make them duke it out, basically. So it's like, I think it's kind of like you just do whatever.
Okay, you have to join whichever faction Jeffrey is in.
Jeffrey, is that like a prince or something?
I think so, yes.
If he's like a prince of the kingdom of Acorn, I guess that must be it.
Is he a prince? I forgot, actually.
You see, I haven't read the Archie comics. I'm just familiar with them.
He has like a last name now. I keep forgetting what it is.
After this
Jeffrey's
race,
like
if I have time, I'll
backstabber character. That's why
God.
I say you have to. Whoever he's in for, you have to go with the fucking backstabber, because at any point
I guess
in the comic, that guy is allegiance with someone else.
God, if that's the case, for all I know, he could be in multiple factions then, because like Sonic's in multiple.
Oh,
he's in the Freedom Fighters, but he's also in the Kingdom of like Acorn or whatever with like Sally and whatnot.
Whatever the fuck. Is Neo Nothole a thing? Wait, no, not Nothole. What was the name of the big city after they get the nanites? I forgot. So should I actually read the Archie comic? No, you should not. I would have given you a different answer before they got cancelled.
Oh, I found the other of the two streams. Tell Ash I teleported chat rooms.
Okay, I see you in the other one.
Okay, right. Yeah, it's Red Bud. Let's see here.
Do you have the Kart Knight command? Is it just Kart for you? It is.
Oh, yeah, it's Kart Knight.
Cancelled? Yeah, after the camp enders, they had to reboot the entire universe, and after a while, it wasn't doing well. Like, no, it's end of life.
I did notice they added some of the new continuity characters into this war game, because I saw Whisper the Wolf, and I'm pretty sure that was only in the new run.
Oh, yeah.
What was his name again?
You totally need to give me this fucking thing, brother.
Oh yeah, I can link you to the itch.io page. Sure, we can play it at some stage even. I'd be down. Was his name Joffrey? There's Joffrey St. John.
That one. That's the one.
Okay, he's in the Kingdom of Acorn Heroes list. He's page 14. He's like a skunk guy or something?
Yeah.
Well, no, it's like it's a war game thing. So it's like a hero character is in, like, he's not infantry, he's like a special unique character. Okay. Like Eggman would be a hero character. Joffrey St. John is a field commander of the Royal Secret Service, a team of commandos and secret agents operating in the shadows of the early day of a Robotnik coup. Like his agents, Joffrey is a master guerrilla warfare, using his customized crossbow to deliver precise strikes on enemy leaders.
Yeah. It's an asshole. I mean, in the war game, that's probably a good thing, but in the comic, I fucking hate the guy.
Well...
Yeah, Blast Blue music. Oh yeah, this is the track with Blast Blue music.
I feel like I'd run a gun faction, so I could have Shadow the Hedgehog.
Shadow the Hedgehog is a bitch in the comic, though. I don't know if you would.
Oh, damn it.
Then again, if there's like no roleplay and it's just gameplay, I guess it doesn't matter.
It's just gameplay. Like, the closest you can get with a war game is... I don't know, I'll check. Like, there are mechanized units, like vehicles and stuff, so he might just get all of his giant robots.
What about the heroes?
He'd, like, definitely get Metal Sonic.
Does he get, like, Lienda?
I'll have to check. I haven't gone through all the rulebooks yet. It's like, am I just gonna end up going spectator to just go through all the rulebooks?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, God. But, yeah, like, the way it works is, like, the closest you get to that is, like, a narrative campaign. And basically the idea of that with wargaming is, it's like, there's not really any role-playing. It's basically, like, you come up with a conflict between two factions, let's say, and then you kind of like figure out what they're fighting over, and then like depending on who wins, you get maybe some benefits for the next conflict, etc. It might determine what it is, like who's on the losing foot, who's on the winning foot. But also like if certain characters do well, like they get upgrades and like do better in the next conflict, like they have better stats. So like there's a loose narrative, but it's more like third person instead of first person like D&D. Like stuff happens, but like you're not like doing it from their perspective. And then it's like and you know, it's kind of like the events that happens determines the story rather than like, you know, them as an individual. So it's kind of like a generic nobody, like, infantry unit could end up having such insane roles that they basically just become a, like, hero character. Like, you can do shit like that, which is always fun to me. Oh, let's see. Still can't believe my goddamn Thomas mod is almost at 1K downloads. You really did a good job with your new model. Thank you, Minty. What was I gonna check? Oh yeah, Eggman Empire. They don't stand a chance.
Okay,
Where's
so,
Eggman?
Wait, you have the Dark Egg Legion. That's just the Eggman Empire, though.
Dr. Egg. Well, it could be like, you know, more specialized or
Wolf
something.
Nation is funny.
So do it himself until if he's piloting a command vehicle, that vehicle gains. Oh, okay. So Eggman gets like bonuses if he's piloting a command vehicle. So basically, like he gets buffs if he's piloting his like boss fight like robots.
Yeah, no,
basically,
I'm trying to figure out when, like at which point of the continuity this happens. Because
I think it's like
Egg Legion, which is interesting.
well, like it's like think of it like the thing about like 40K. When does that take place? Whenever the fuck you want it to.
Okay, but the fact that they have the Dark Egg Legion, that's very late comic-wise.
Well, like think of it like you could play it at any stage across the entire timeline. Like, for example, what a lot of people do with war games is like there could be a really cool battle in the lore and they decide to recreate it. So you just pick the relevant factions and then you play out the conflict. So like, let's say there was a really big battle in the Archie comics, like a war, and you wanted to play that in tabletop format. You'd pick the fighting factions and you'd pick the units that show up in that conflict and you try and recreate it on the board.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah. Like, for example, that's how
material, actually.
Yeah, like that.
Is kind of happening that thing.
Yeah, I think I remember hearing that and being like, "What the hell? This happens in Sonic?"
So again, Eggman Empire is a thing. So
yeah. So then you have like D&D. That's how D&D came to be. Because it was a bunch of people playing a Napoleonic war game, and they were recreating real-life battles, and then they thought to themselves, hey, this army that wasn't meant to win won. What would happen if we continued the war if they won this conflict? And then they started thinking about, like, okay, well, if they won this conflict, then they probably would have had another battle here, which would have meant this would have happened, and then they probably would have countered this way, so that would have happened. And then they were like, okay, this is sick. We've just created our own alternate history, Napoleonic War. And then it was kind of like, that's what inspired the creators of D&D to make D&D. So they just took narrative campaigns from wargaming and just made it like more first person on an individual basis, and that's how D&D came to be. Which I always found very interesting that's how, like, I never thought that's how D&D came to be, but what do you know?
pretty cool.
Oh.
Sorry,
I will say, wargaming has gotten weirdly, like, big lately. It feels like every big IP is making, like, a war game nowadays. Like, Marvel released one, Halo's releasing one, To be fair, I'm shocked Halo took so long. Apex Legends has one. What was another one? Fallout has one. Fallout's is massive. They have like factions and stuff from all of the Fallout games. You can have Frank Horrigan as a miniature.
Okay, let me open the. Okay, so if you have the Dark Leg Legion, you have the Enda and whatnot.
Oh, did you find it yourself?
Yeah, I found it.
Okay.
So the heroes are Dimitri. Dimitri's with the Dark Leg Legion. Weird, hey. Leanda, Dr. Fucking. Seriously?
What?
This fucking guy shows up.
If I remember right, I took a look at the Echidna
They're fucking
security
mecha
force because I
zombies.
needed
Makes
to
sense.
know. And when I looked up the Echidna security force, I think it's like the first character was Knuckles and the second character was Larasu. Or whatever the fuck her name is from like, yeah, the Larasu Chronicles.
I mean, yeah, she's a character in that
Yeah.
continuity.
I know, it's just
Is that
funny
the
to me
Energy
though. It's
show?
just like... The what?
The Enerjack.
I'm not sure. I need to double check it. I think I just saw Larasu was in it. I'm like, yeah, this is exactly what I assumed it would be. It's just gonna be the entire Echidna family by Ken Benders.
Well, the thing is, the Dark Egg Legion is pretty much that as well. Like, it's, you have Dimitri, you have Leanda, you have Finivels, you have... I think that's kind of it. Like, most of these are Echidnas from the man himself. Now, those characters are vital to the plot, which is incredibly annoying. And why they
Yeah,
have to
but like,
fucking
you know,
do a soft
because
reboot.
Ken Penders was like, my Mary Sue. Like, well, I don't know if she's actually a Mary
Well, the
Sue. I'm
problem
just
is
assuming.
They were vital long after he was gone.
Yeah. But then they lost the rights to the characters, didn't they? So like, they had to like remove them, I assume.
So the Dark Egg Legion is kind of funny as a faction that it exists. So it's the Dark Legion, except they are also with Eggman. And
Oh,
well, that's the whole thing. Eggman can mechanize people, right?
yeah.
So the Dark Legion was like, hey Eggman, why don't you give us all the cool, like, we can collaborate, you give us all the cool, like, mechanized, like, weapons. You turn all of the Dark Legion into, like, a cyborg. And, you know, we can roll together.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense that they'd be a different faction then.
Well, except that Eggman was like, okay. And then after he did it, it was like, oh, by the way, I did put a bomb in every single one of you, just in case you decide to not do my orders.
Fucking Chad Eggman, holy shit.
No, Eggman in that comic is ruthless.
Damn.
He does not fuck around. You have to understand, in the continuity of
I'm
that
starting
comic,
to get a bit worried.
the original Eggman, like Dr. Robotnik, died. He dies.
Oh.
Yeah, he died because like the first part of the comic, the first 50 issues, they followed the story of the cartoon.
Yeah.
And in that one, he gets in the cartoon he gets defeated, but in the comic he just outright dies. And then they introduce Dr. Robo Robotnik, which is actually Eggman, which has like the Eggman design.
Oh.
And his description is, he comes from an alternate universe where he has already won.
Oh no.
And he's just trying to take over another universe. So like, he comes to the scene and he's a ruthless man. Like, he fucking gets shit done. He has already won once and is just trying to go 2 for 2.
God damn. Oh god.
I love like that's why I don't really like the story of the actual Sonic games, because Eggman in there is like too goofy.
Yeah.
Because like once you get used to the one in the comics where he's actually is a dick and it's actually knows what the fuck he's doing, it's hard to go back to a non-competent version of him.
I feel like he could be goofy and competent is the thing. But like, I guess
but
it's I don't know.
It's like every Sonic game has been Eggman trying to wake up some ancient force, and then the ancient force turns on him.
Yeah.
Like it's
like funnily enough, this very game we're playing right now kind of does that. Where Eggman's competent and he's goofy, but it's because he's banting with like Tails.
So the story of this is in Sonic Adventure 2, Shadow sacrifices himself at the end.
Yeah.
And in this continuity, Shadow stays dead.
Oh, and like the Archie comics.
No. In the Ring Racer continuity.
Oh.
He stays dead, and Eggman feels bad for what he's done and turns side. Sorry, changes side.
I thought Shadow was a character. Is he not a character,
It is a character in this. All that lore, by the way, is explained by fucking Jack Frost.
What the fuck?
There's a map where there's Jack Frost, and if you go to him talking as different characters, he has different comments. And if you go to him as Shadow, it goes like, wait a moment, you're dead.
Oh my god.
And he explained that Dr. Eggman became good just because he was kind of horrified by Shadow's death.
I mean, fair.
But of course, Jack Frost doesn't give a shit because he's Jack Frost.
Yeah.
Did I just click through the clearing?
I also did.
When more games with banter and synergy. No man, the writing in this game is so good. I am so upset that the cutscene's only for the intro. Expecting Jeff Frost to give a shit. I mean, most of the characters, they just tell him to fuck off. Like, it's good. So now I want to see who are the heroes for the Eggman Empire. There's only like, oh, there's so little.
I say it's probably
many.
because they're more of like a mechanized unit.
Yeah.
Because like all the giant robots and stuff kind of are a replacement.
So the heroes are Dr. Evil Eggman, Scratching Grounder, Snively, Mecha Sonic Mark II, and Mecha Sally. Not even Metal Sonic. Oh, Mecha Sally just shows up earlier.
Oh, Metal Robot or Metal Series Robot. So I think it might be an infantry is just regular Metal Sonic, and then Mecha's like a hero version.
Oh, could be. I mean, Mecha Sonic is a special Sonic. It's a different character. It's even in this game.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know. There's like Mecha Sonic's like way bigger and like threatening looking like Robo Sonic, while then Metal Sonic just looks like Sonic if a robot.
It's from Sonic 3, I think.
Yeah, I think it was also the villain of Sonic Heroes, if I remember right. Mecha in specific.
No, that's Metal Sonic Neo.
Oh, never
which
mind
is
then.
Metal Sonic but edgier.
I find it funny that there's literally a cat race, like cat faction though.
Wait, which one is it?
It's like the feline dynasty or felid dynasty. Isn't that just like a cat like people?
Probably more like lion, I would assume.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I need to look at it again, but they were some kind of like cat folk people, but probably more like leopards or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think Blades is the only cat. Oh, and big.
Yeah, I think like Blaze and Silver, I think, are like unaligned heroes. I think they're in the
Did the
heroes.
Freedom Fighter get Nicole as a Lynx? That would be cool. I assume
Pardon?
so. I was wondering if the Freedom Fighters get Nicole the Lynx as a character. I assume so.
They're in the new run, right? I think I did. I saw a few characters from the new run. I just mostly looked at
No,
Whisper because
Nicole
I'm
is
like,
from the original.
I mean, probably. I feel like any important, semi-important characters would guarantee have to be in by now.
Nicole is
Seeing
weird.
their-
You have to understand it was like the AI. So in the original cartoon, she's like a computer every character brings with her. Like, sorry, there's only one of her, but they bring her along because she helps them as like the intelligent computer thingy. And then in the comic, they actually give her like a shape and everything.
Like, can she physically do things, or is it just
Yeah,
like she's just a hologram?
Both.
Okay, she probably is in the Freedom Fighter book then.
It's both. That's the thing. She's made of nanites. Sort of nanomachines. Nanomachines. Son.
Fredo.
Oh
What was
my
her name
God.
again?
Wait, how do you see which one are the heroes? It's Nicole.
Shinji, crank that soldier boy.
Nicole. Nicole the HoloLinks.
Yeah, Nicole the HoloLinks. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's in there. Okay, so it looks like the Freedom Fighters is just a book of like hero characters that like are in their own different like teams or something. Because you have like Chaotix, so you have all the Chaotix characters.
Yeah.
Julie Sue's a Chaotix member. Mighty the Armadillo, Ray the Flying Squirrel, Vector the Crocodile, Charmy Bee, Espio the Chameleon. Yeah, they have like Jean the Tiger, Bunker the Tortoise, Cinder the Pheasant,
I don't know most of
Monkey
these.
Chan.
These feel like very much one-offs. The Wolfpack were in the cartoon, so they probably get extra treatment because of that.
The Wolfpack are a faction. Like full up,
Yeah.
like straight up.
Well, they were in the cartoon if I remember, so makes sense. Oh.
Yeah. Do I
General
go on the right-
Antoine Coulet,
Oh.
let's go. Wait, Buddy Robot and Coulet, they're already married in this continuity? Let's go!
Well, as I said, it covers the entire continuity, so I mean, like... You see, it's the weird thing of, like, it's weird to be like, when does this war game take place? And it's like, well, it's a war game. It's like,
feels like
every...
It feels like it's at the end of the comic, though, because, like, all the... they're all using
It
all
feels like it feels like the end of the comics because it's a case of they have to include everything, and like they're including everything.
Well, the thing is, it's kind of cool, though, because, like, the comic didn't end because it got cancelled.
Yeah.
So it is, like, the best place to put, like, hey, this is a war that's happening. You don't know the conclusion.
It's a case of like you could do your own continuation of the comics with the war game, or you could just do like, for example, Games Night, Yogscast channel. They're doing a Lord of the Rings narrative campaign, but what they're doing is a what if of the movies. So it's like 15 years earlier. What if the ring wraiths just came to Hobbiton before like Frodo went out on his quest?
Yeah, I guess
So it's like
your own ending.
So then it's like, so like basically like you could literally do it like you could recreate the start of the comics, have a what if scenario happened, and then like redo the comic story for whatever makes sense for all the weird things that happen based off the results of the fight. So then you could literally have it where like, what if in the first issue of the comics, Sonic fucking died? How would the comics progress? Who would replace Sonic's role in the next conflict?
Antoine, of course, the best character.
Well, like, that's basically what happened with the Lord of the Rings one, where,
and
like...
which faction are X's and Mammoth Mogul? I need to know. Did they get their own faction? Because, like, they're basically gods.
I'm not
I mean,
sure
Mammoth
about
Mogul
that.
is legitimately a god. Like, they had to fucking demotivate him out of the comic, because otherwise it would just be...
Well,
that's how he stopped. Like that's how he stops being a villain. It just goes like, eh, fuck it. I'll just wait for
I'm
Sonic to
done.
die. No, it's just because like I'm immortal and Sonic is not. If she keeps like putting a stop to my plans, I will literally just wait for you
Wait
to
a
die.
minute.
Yeah, no, that's literally
Oh
how
my
he stops being the villain.
Jesus. Um.
I think it doesn't have a faction because I mean, why would
What was
he?
his name again?
Ixis Nogus and Mammoth Mogul.
Ixis Mogul.
No, I'll write them in chat. Where is your chat?
I'm trying to think of like what book they might have been put into if they were put into any.
Well, they're kind of villain. Ixis Nogus was technically part of the Kingdom of Akron at one point. He was the advisor to the king, but it's not here. There, I checked.
Okay.
What does the Iron Dominion have?
Oh,
I mean-
Black Arms is like the evil aliens from Shadow the
Yeah,
Hedgehog.
that's the Shadow. Do you not remember those?
Oh, and of course you can have Shadow as a hero character with Black Doom.
What's the Dingo Regiment? Oh, fuck are these guys? The Felidae Dynasty. These are the cats, right? Oh, they're
Yeah.
cats. They're actual cats. Your heroes are Queen Hatter and Big the Cat.
Oh, so it's where Big comes from. Okay.
If you wanna play as the cat, you have to play as Big. You don't even get Blaze.
Yeah. I think Blaze is an unaligned hero character in the Freedom Fighters book, so I think you can use her for any faction because they're unaligned. Same with
Okay.
Silver. I assume because she's a time traveler or like from an alternate dimension, so it's like she can kind of be wherever.
I honestly don't remember if she shows up that much. I don't think so. She's not a recurring character for sure.
Real shit though. Sonic and the Black Knight war game.
What?
Yeah, you know the game Shadow and or not Shadow, Sonic and the Black Knight.
Yeah.
It was when it was like Sonic the Hedgehog but King Arthur. Just that as a war game where it's all like the Sonic characters as medieval knights and wizards.
That one has blades, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I can't remember. I think I saw something for like making your own Mobius, so I assume there's probably rules for making your own characters as well.
Of course.
Which would be neat, seeing it's like, you know.
I don't know if I would actually play it though. As much as I enjoy nerding about the universe, I'm not a wargaming
I think
person.
fair. Well, like, have you ever tried any? I can't remember.
No, but I'm not interested.
Ah,
I
fair.
guess I
If you're
could
not
try,
interested,
but, like,
you're not interested.
the amount of setup and everything just doesn't excite me.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm still unsure how you're meant to set it up, and I don't want to bother joining the Discord to find out for sure. I know they have a tabletop simulator page, but that just seems to be all of the rule books, so I'm like, but then how do you actually, like, set it up to play? Because I mean, like, realistically, if it's tabletop sim, the setup would just be you load the battle map that's been pre-made by somebody else, and then you just, like, drag and drop in the faction you built.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically just pick what units you like the sound of
I hate how people
until you
use
hit a
Discord for
point
internet.
count.
Yeah, I know. I mean, to be fair, they do have a HIO page and they put stuff there.
But it's
yeah.
just the rule books, and then they say if you want to play, we have the rule books on tabletop sim, and then check out the Discord.
Okay, but it's more Discord than less just here. Because like some people actually put the downloads in Discord,
Oh yeah.
which is
Like,
fucking
I think it's like some
atrocious.
Patreons do it, where it's like if you want the early content, you have to join the Discord, which you get access to when you pay for the
I
Patreon.
can understand more.
Yeah, because it's kind of like an easy way to police it, being like if you stop
Well,
paying, you'll
it's
just get the
that,
title removed. And
I mean,
then...
Patreon itself does host content, but it's way harder if you put it on Discord to get it leaked.
Yeah.
But like, if you're just trying to make stuff available, and then you put it on Discord, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, man?
Yeah. So there's another war game I'm planning on going through the rules and looking into how to play first anyway. I'll probably look into Mobius later. If it's not too hard to set up, I'll probably mention it again, but...
Do you have anyone who would care, that actually cares about war games? Like,
I have one
them
IRL
all.
friend. I'm planning on playing one with Minty at some stage.
Okay, but you wanna play the one about the one Sonic universe you don't know much about.
Well, no, I didn't say I was like I'd be willing to try it because it's a war game and I like war games and it seems like it'd be weird and fun to like see what it's like. But like, you know, like that's it. My interest is like, wait, there's a Sonic war game?
Okay, that's funny.
Because like for example, another war game I'm looking into recently is called Zone Alpha, and it's basically like, you know, a roadside picnic inspired war game. So like, you know, think like Metro 2033 or Stalker. So like a war game in that kind of setting and environment. I'm going too fast. I'm dead.
I fucked up so badly at the end of the lap.
But yeah, it's like to be fair, like solo rules and co-op rules have become very popular in wargaming as well because of COVID. They were like a kind of a niche thing until COVID happened, and then basically every tabletop now has rules for playing by yourself. And they usually just like develop an AI system so you can like, you know. So the Zone Alpha one I was talking about, it has a supplement for solo and co-op play. So instead of you making a full like war band of like a squad of soldiers or whatever, you make a group of 4 like stalkers and and scientists, like a mix. And then you basically take them out on excursions, and they're trying to like bring back anomalies, and it's like, you know, you're just dealing with the monsters in the zone and maybe bandits instead of it being like 2 groups of stalkers duking it out over anomalies. So there's one called like Rangers of Shadow Deep, where you basically make a full like D&D party essentially, and then you just play through like combat encounters, and then depending on how well you do, you get more or less of the story, and that can influence what you know going into the next conflict and giving you advantages or disadvantages or whatever. Another one I have is Space Station Zero, that is similar in concept, but it's more like a roguelite. Where you play through, like, you're trying to like explore the space station, so you build like a space crew, you explore the space station, and then you like, it's a choose your own adventure kind of story. So like at the end of a mission you're given a choice, and that choice determines the next conflict, or if you have any, like if someone gets wounded, or you get any extra weapons or gear. And then you're trying to like beat the campaign basically, and if you die you go back to the start, but you might keep some of the stuff you found, and then like you give it another go. There's a lot in wargaming, and like a shocking amount. But like the thing is, it's all kind of niche if you go, unless you're like talking about like Warhammer. And Warhammer is like overly complicated to the point that like there are so many better alternatives that are also way cheaper.
That's pretty much the fighting game dilemma, where all the non-fighting games are incredibly boring or tedious.
Yeah.
To the point that Smash becomes the casual one.
Because what was it? Ooh.
Like everyone is fanboying for fucking Guilty Gear Strive. And I'm like, I cannot. That game is incredibly technical and boring.
I think that's just the issue with like a lot of games being focused more on competitive play rather than just like being fun.
Yeah, but
It has to be technical because it means more competitive.
Okay, but how is that the popular one?
Because people really like being competitive. Because if they do well at it, then they feel like
but
they're
then
better than other
and
people.
they go like, oh, I am not a fighting game person because I cannot play I can play Strive. I'm like, no, man. Strive just isn't a game for many people.
Fair. I don't know. I played Strive a bit. I enjoyed it, but that's because I don't really get fighting games. I was just playing it by myself, so it was like, I was like, oh, it would be so cool if I figured this out.
My problem with Strive is that I understand all of it, and I find it boring. It's just it's missing, like as Del says, BlazBlue is just fun because it has the random. Yeah, BlazBlue has the drive button. The drive button in BlazBlue is literally the okay, enough with the technicism, wacky shit. Let's go, go, go. Like, and what makes the game fun? I'm not a BlazBlue fan, but Strive is really missing that drive button.
I made a Warhammer character once. I still don't know how to figure out a character sheet. Well, that's because like you never got the chance to actually play them. Minty made a Warhammer character for one of the TTRPGs, and then it was like the game never ended up going ahead. But like there was some art drawn of the character, and I'm like, God, I'd love that. I wish you got to play them.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of fighting games that are just very simple, and no one cares about them.
Yeah.
I was like, why?
Would you say it's like an elitism thing?
No, I think it's a publicity thing. Strive is the hot new game that everyone plays.
Yeah. I mean, hot new game that's been out for like 2 years or something. It's just they just keep releasing new characters.
Yeah, they keep releasing new stuff. I mean, it looks cool. I can't deny that they made a banging job on the visuals.
Yeah.
I don't know why convincing people to play fucking Third Strike is hard, because Third Strike looks... I think Third Strike is the best 2D fighting games I've ever seen. Yeah, and just like late Capcom 2D fighting games are so good.
Yeah, I know, like, what do you call it? Lythero and a few other, like, YouTubers, they all, like, played a bunch of, like, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, because apparently that game, like is still extremely good compared to stuff nowadays.
MVC3
but then,
is
like,
anything.
I mean, I believe that, but...
I am not an 18 enjoyer, I will say.
Or like, 18 or aging?
No, 18 is a company.
Oh, okay.
Marvel vs. Capcom is not made by either Marvel or Capcom. Contrary to what you might think.
Oh.
It's made by 18.
Did they also do Infinite? The same devs
No,
like fucked up that bad? Okay.
Capcom.
Oh, okay.
So Marvel vs. Capcom.
When Capcom actually makes it, they fuck it up.
No, I mean they made 2, which is one of the best ones.
Okay.
But 3 is its own thing because.
Sorry, I should correct myself. Modern Capcom.
I mean, I don't know. Is Street Fighter 6 bad?
I don't. It's like. Well, it's like, I guess it
played it.
depends on the IP with Capcom, because, like, for example, they've completely been butchering Dead Rising for, like,
Oh yeah. But
so
I think it's
long.
the same thing that makes the Street Fighter.
Oh.
Then again, I don't know if Street Fighter 6 is any
Thank
good.
you, man.
I'll be
Yeah,
honest,
I haven't played it
find them all
myself,
boring.
but...
I played 4,
Yeah.
which was not even 18, it was fucking, what's it called, Dims? And it was okay. I played 5 and I found it boring.
Yeah.
So I didn't care
Like,
for 6.
Like, I absolutely love Dead Rising 2. I played it like way too much. Still need to play Off the Record because I think I heard that one was going to be very good. Where it was basically 2 again, but you play as Frank West, and it's like a what if kind of weird. Like they just made it more wacky or whatever. But then yeah, it's like they did like Dead Rising 4, and it was such a husk of what Dead Rising was, and then it's like they're doing the remake now, which might be good, but it sucks that they're not bringing back the original voice actor, so it just sounds like very off. Like Frank had such an iconic voice that it's kind of weird to like give him a completely different voice actor. Though, to be fair, I'm saying that when the one I played the most was 2, where the main character was Chuck Green, but, you know. Oh, actually, that reminds me, something that bothers me about Dead Rising 2 is my favorite thing about Dead Rising 2 is they released a standalone sequel, it was like a standalone DLC sequel, where it was like a 4-hour, like, mini campaign, but it was Chuck Green and Frank West teaming up, so player 2 could be Frank West, and then player 1's Chuck, and you're going on like an adventure together, and it was so cool. And then it's like you can only play it on the Xbox Live Arcade.
Ah.
So it's just basically borderline lost media.
But yeah, 3 definitely will have its fun. I haven't played 3 to be honest, but I don't care because I'm not a fan of that kind of games. But also it's A-Thing. A-Thing it's a special. You have to understand, A-Thing games are special. They're not everyone's cup of tea.
Yeah.
The thing with A-Thing is that if you're a casual player, you will not like them because they're not great games. However, if you're a fighting game fanatic, you yearn for the weird stuff, and that's where A-Thing can satiate someone's curiosity. They are king shit. Like they take the thing with A-Thing. It's a company that makes fighting games for other people. They make they made like a lot of licensed games. They made like Bleach Dark Souls, which is a real name of a real video game. Which is a Bleach fighting game. They take those licenses and they accept deadlines that are not possible. They accept deadlines that are just not acceptable, and they will do it anyway. And the result is video games that are like interesting, but also clearly lack a lot of, you know, proper testing and whatnot.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like peak Obsidian, where some of their best games were made within a year. They're like buggy messes, but they have extremely good narrative storylines, and like they kind of make the previous game like kind of like look like crap in comparison, minus the glitches. And like they only had a fraction of the development time of like the game they're making a sequel to. Because they managed to pull it off with Knights of the Old Republic 2 and like Fallout New Vegas. At least in my opinion. I know some people prefer Fallout 3 and 4. I hard disagree, but you know, you like what you like. I just have a differing opinion. There's nothing wrong with either opinion. I feel like I have to emphasize that when I talk about it, because a few people have gotten really mad at me for liking New Vegas more than Fallout 3 or 4. Most people are chill about it, but like some people are like, "Oh, you're just you're one of those people," and I'm like, "What? What do you mean?" I just thought the narrative was done well in New Vegas, and the narrative's kind of bad in 3 and 4, and it's like, yeah, but
release of the system is the movie. But yeah, I think what did they do? They made a game recently, and it fucking went bad. DNF Duo fell off immediately, which is so sad.
Charlotte about to throw hands, JK. No, Charlotte's chill about it. We like talked about it for ages and like had completely differing opinions, but like we were both like, you know, we didn't mind that we had differing opinions, but I've had some people that are like I think it was like basically saying I was like an elitist or like, you know, it's like you're just like full of yourself for thinking like New Vegas was better. And I'm just like, I like the gameplay tweaks. I like the way they did all the systems. I like the narrative. I mean, sure, I'll give you the environments might be a bit better in like Fallout 3 and 4, but like at the same time they really did a really bad job with the visual storytelling.
Like this,
in my opinion, but
Fuck.
I don't know. It's like, you see, I can see why people would prefer 3 and 4. It's just it does not mesh with my preferences. Because like my complaints about the visual storytelling, it's like other people are like that's what they like about it. You know.
Speaking of Tomb Raider, what the fuck is happening to them? Because like,
Oh god.
they're not Square Enix anymore. I assume it's probably gonna be good now.
Oh, wait, what?
Tomb Raider. Zal is talking about how Angel
Oh,
Darkness
yeah.
was a rushed game.
I think, what was it? Like, Deus Ex is now no longer, like, Square Enix?
Yeah.
So, and, like, some studios making another game, so, like, people are like, ooh. I know, Charlotte's
the
usually
entirety
so...
of
Yeah.
Eidos is now Embracer Group instead of Square Enix. Square Enix had to justify the amount of money they lost on NFT projects.
And aren't they still doubling down on NFTs? Like, they're expecting it to actually, like, do a 180?
I don't know, actually. I mean, they're betting on their fucking golden goose, which is Final Fantasy 14. They just had a new expansion.
Yeah. I still need to, like, catch up on Final Fantasy 14, but it's just such a commitment. Cause it's like, oh, I'll play the next expansion, and then it's like, that'll be like 20 hours to get through, like, just the main story, let alone all the side content, and then it's like, yeah, no, that is the whole point, but it's like, I think someone pointed out where it's like, if you play an MMO, it's like you're living a second life to actually, like, keep up with it.
To Amazon. Oh no, that sucks. And yeah, Tomb Raider got sold for double the price. Like, Embracer bought Tomb Raider for half the price that Embracer sold it to Amazon.
Oh god.
I mean, Square Enix was fire-selling all the European studios. They sold it to Embracer for 300 million.
So, okay, so Amazon buying Tomb Raider. I'm not even expecting them to make a game. I'm expecting them to make a fucking live-action series.
No, that's what they want to do.
Yeah. Definitely.
Did they sell the whole IP or just the rights for a movie? Because I think they just sold the rights. Sorry, the movie rights.
Oh, they wanted to make an anime. Well, it's like they want to make like a show for Amazon Prime either way. An anime might work better. Well, actually, the thing about Tomb Raider is it could work live action or as an anime.
Yeah, no, they sold to Amazon just the right to make a series.
Actually, it's Netflix. Wait, what?
Is it?
So wait, so Amazon bought the rights, but then they're paying Netflix, their competitor, to make a series? I'm confused now.
Was it not Amazon who bought the rights? Because Amazon is desperate to make series because no one wants Prime Video.
Or do you mean that it was like you meant Netflix and not Amazon bought the rights?
I thought it was Amazon who bought the rights.
The franchise is currently owned by CDE Entertainment.
I have no clue who that is.
I do remember seeing an interesting discussion about strong female leads, and I think it used a case study of like Lara Croft, where it was like she's very confident in like the old games and like doing all this like ridiculous stuff,
but she's
and
not
like
confident because she's
like I was gonna like, but like it was like the contrast between that and then to make her seem more strong and independent. It's like she's always getting like impaled and shot and stabbed in the new games, and is constantly in pain and agony because you gotta show her how like tough she is by making her suffer as much as humanly possible. Like, I can't. To be fair, I can't really talk too much on it. I didn't play any of the new Tomb Raider games. I only played like a couple of the originals, but that's just like, I thought it was an interesting like discussion. Being like, you know, it's like, I don't know, it's just like weird where it's like a, I guess it's just a different take on the character, but
I feel like it's they're trying, like, that's my biggest issue is that a girl is not allowed to be sexy because that's sexualized. As if, like, what if someone is a girl and wants, like, cause like, what, the boys don't want to play as the macho boys? Is Duke Nukem a sexualized male? Like,
I think that goes into the whole thing where it's like with Duke Nukem, it's a male power fantasy, while like with women, it's
the opposite,
sexism
not
or
a thing
something.
that
But
can
then it's
exist.
like, well, like Bayonetta.
Right, exactly. But like,
It's, I don't know. It's like, it's just weird. I think it's like overly cautiousness or whatever. Like, there should be a mix. It shouldn't be all of one or all of the other, but like, you know, but we are kind of in a period where it's kind of like people are too afraid to have that out of fear of being seen as sexist. Because it can be done right and it can be done horrifically poorly.
yeah, absolutely.
There's a difference between being confident with your sexuality and then just being like trying to appeal to like horny people. Like, it's very different ball games, or being like, you know. But I think that might be the real reason why. It's like the fear of like, if we do a poor representation of this, we'll come across as sexist. So it's easier to just avoid it altogether.
Yeah, but it's bad. Like, I get
Yeah, no, but like at the end of the day, it's like I mentioned it earlier. We're kind of like writing in media's movies and TV shows have kind of been very dumbed down. Like, not everything, but like a lot of the mainstream stuff.
Have you seen the news about Michael Bay?
No.
He's gonna make a anime. Sorry, it's a live action anime that I didn't see. Michael Bay is gonna make a series about Skibidi Toilet. I love it.
How, like, I never looked into Skibidi Toilet, right? I've just seen it, and I know it started as, like, a Gary's Mod fucking meme or, like, source filmmaker thing, and, like, now Michael Bay's just doing an adaptation, like...
Okay, my idea is that Hollywood doesn't understand fucking shit. They know that they're losing people.
Well, like, that's obvious.
And they're going full emergency mode. The problem is their emergency mode is to take a meme that will be completely forgotten by everyone within the next 6 months.
I'm pretty sure it's pretty much already forgotten.
Yeah,
the only the only reason it's still technically relevant is people making the jokes of like, I'll see you in like, I am so Ohio, Skibidi Toilet, Phantom Tax. Like, that's the only thing that has Skibidi Toilet living on at the moment.
Yeah, and I feel like they're gonna invest, they're gonna commit like 2 years to make a series about something that people already don't have interest in.
God.
And that might maybe help kill Hollywood, which I'm all about. So I wish them the best. I hope they go full on and make a faithful adaptation and whatnot.
I am hoping that, or like, what was I gonna say? No, not that. I am like, I remember, like, I watched a video the other day that pointed out that like, there's a clip online of like, I think it was Captain America: Winter Soldier, where he like goes to a museum from like World War II, and it has stuff about him in it, and there's like a scene with him and like a little kid. And apparently it just has like a bunch of dialogue added into it that completely ruins the scene, and someone edited out the dialogue, and then it's an extremely good scene. And then it's kind of like the whole like Marvelification of everything, where like you can't just have a quiet moment. A character always has to be explaining everything at all times.
Yep.
Like what oh, like what was it? Oh my god, that okay, I'll take that. Like think of like Star Wars, the Last Skywalker or whatever, or like or the Skywalker I can't remember what it's called. The last one of the sequel trilogy. It's like you have the moment where like the stormtroopers have like jetpacks, and then they all go, "They fly now," and it's like this isn't new.
Wait, that's
This has
what
been
the
done dozens.
is from?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So it's like that's just a Marvelification where it's a case of like we
yeah,
need to
totally.
make sure the audience understands that the stormtroopers now use jetpacks. So we'll have everyone scream that they fly now when you see them using a jetpack. Because the audience can't think for themselves and think, oh, they have jetpacks so they can fly now. We have to scream it in their face. Oh god. I would like to leave this timeline, please. Yeah, it's pretty rough.
I literally had the "they fly now" quote said like today in a different context, and I didn't know where it came from.
Yeah, it's from Star Wars.
Oh my god.
Yeah. God, that whole trilogy was such a clusterfuck. It's like, we're gonna get 3 different directors to make each movie. They're gonna have no collaboration between them. So the first guy's gonna make a movie, and then the second guy will make their movie, continuing the first movie.
So, speaking
and
of
then the
Hollywood not
third
getting
director.
people, apparently Disney is really freaked out by the fact that kids don't watch Disney anymore.
I wonder why they don't.
Yeah, but they know they're kind of fucked, because if people don't watch Disney, what do they do? And like, it's even worse for them because the top child series on Disney Plus is Bluey, which is not Disney.
Yep. And from what I hear, well deserved.
Yeah.
Because it's actually well written. Maybe
Well,
maybe
the
Disney
guy-
should get
the guy that made it said that like under no like his condition for like continuing to work with it because he wanted to stop. I
yeah.
said, okay, the only way I'm continuing to write, if you absolutely don't like, you will never veto anything I will ever write.
Absolute
He
legend.
has to, like, he needs full creative control, and will not accept anything else. That, the moment you tell me that you don't want my creative control, I'm walking.
Maybe that's why it's well written, because the writer was allowed to write. Oh god. It's kind of like Thor Ragnarok. I remember loving that movie to death. And then, like, there was, like, Thor Love and Thunder, and I'm like, okay, they got all the same people from Thor Ragnarok. This is gonna be really good. It's gonna be just as good as the first one, if not better. It was an absolute shit show. Because it was obvious that Disney took way too much creative control away from them, and then they weren't allowed to make a, like, proper movie. And it was just so bad as a result. It's like, oh god.
I don't understand why it's so hard for like executives to understand that if you let good people cook, they will just make a success. Like look
Yeah,
at
but it's a
Barbie.
risk, because there's no guarantee.
Okay, but look at Barbie.
Yeah, it's just,
Like the Barbie movie, when they got the directors, they wanted to fuck with the script, and the agent of the directors was like, "How the fuck? Like, you should be thanking me because I got these people to work on a fucking Barbie movie." Like,
Yeah,
you're not
it's like
gonna fucking say what they're gonna do.
yeah, I think it was like after the Barbie movie was a success, like the director, like behind it or whatever said, "Yeah, I'd like it's meant to be a standalone movie. I am never gonna work on another Barbie movie." As like Hasbro's announcing like 10 movies in the cinematic universe.
Yeah. Yeah, and they got shut down preventively. I swear to God, if we don't play Las Vegas, this is the last map.
Fair.
It's time.
I mean, it's about It's about finishing time anyway. There we go.
Let's go! Might be the last map anyway then. Especially because everyone's leaving. Why do they want to play Las Vegas? It's a good map! People are so cringe.
Honestly.
It's the PS... Yeah, but it's also just a good map. Like...
It also has a unique gimmick of like the fucking mech or
Yeah,
whatever that drags
awesome.
you along in the sky. Like there was passion behind this map.
Of course there was. Fucking PSO2 fanatics. See? The true repressed gamers, PSO2 people that had a perfectly valid game completely thrown to shit for no reason. Sega! What the fuck? I should try to play New Genesis now that it has a lot more content. But still doesn't
Fair.
justify killing PSO2 Classic that bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I keep saying I need to get back into writing, but again, it's like I have like 6 different art projects I want to do. and
Remember
it's
when
like,
Ash was hooked on
oh.
PSO2 for a while? Man, that was good times. Wish
Yeah.
I could be there again.
I mean, it's just a free download.
They basically allowed a free level skip to 90? Oh, wait, on Classic?
We did all that work for nothing.
That's kind of good though, because you can get to...
Yeah.
Wait, for New Genesis? Are you shitting me? For the current game? Are people just not want to... Oh, but you have to be there on the anniversary, I assume.
So like, I could just sign in on the anniversary, jump to 90, and then just like... What? Why? So if you play on the anniversary, you just skip content? Or like... It's such a weird decision.
If it was for Classic, I could understand because the Scion class, which is honestly the fun part of the game, you have gate limited. But like, you get a free level boost, but you still need to do story. Oh, okay. I don't know. New Genesis was kinda when I played it, but I did play it quite early.
Yeah.
But also, I did play PSO2 Classic at launch, and it was a much better game. Yeah, I think I'm gonna quit it here though.
Yeah, yep.
The
We've been going for over 3 hours now.
Yeah. It depends how your game. No, how your games are bad though.
I hit the wrong button.
No.
Every time I'm like,
Do you have someone to raid?
let me
I
check.
have someone. Do you want to raid into a speedrun?
Brioche is doing art. Luetta's doing Elden Ring. Who else is there? I think it's mostly those two.
Up to you.
So I have two people. Well, like, is there anyone you want to raid?
There's a speedrunner that's speedrunning Billy Hatcher. Do you want to see Billy Hatcher
Oh, is that-
speedrun? It is fucked up. You should watch it.
Oh, is that Crone? 'Cause
Yeah.
I think I also. Yeah. Sure, I guess.
Okay. Let's go to Kayon. Did you ever see Billy Hatcher speedrunning?
No.
It's a truly fucked up speedrun because you
I
can
think
break
I've
the
only-
physics so much.
I think the only gameplay I ever saw of Billy Hatcher was Kiona playing it, and yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give you the cat rate message. It's great. Trust me. I've seen Snapkick do. It's been doing like a retro achievement where you have to play all the. You have to get like, they're basically making achievement for old games, and he was doing the Billy Hatcher one, and man. The nice thing is that when you know all the glitches, you can basically like fuck with the physics as much. Like you can go wherever you want.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I'll see you guys tomorrow for something else with probably card game. I guess we'll see. See ya.
Bye.